Okay, we got cool, we got hot, we're in the business. That's what I like to see. NRGA Academy, EGA, they're also on that fire line. I feel like for this time now, in these, you know, playoffs to play-ins, 10 rec, it's all on the line now. We can see that from these comps, from these switches. These players are locked in.
Yeah, these teams were each other's first matchup of the stage. For one of these teams, it'll also be the last. NRGA Academy choosing to run it back in less than a 24-hour turnaround after getting run down by SAD. EGA also willing to choose that attacking side first. But, I mean, this comp change, like Roy said, it is decisive.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to have a bit more of that information. Still, if the issue was like, you know, mechanical over a little bit and like the expectation to perform, Cypher, yes, gives you more information, but you still have to be on those mechs. You still have to land those shots. So if it wasn't working with Chamber, I hope that the value the utility provides is enough. That being said, the elephant in the room, I mean, my mic's just 1 second messing up. Whoa. We'll address it. There we go. The elephant in the room.
There we go.
Clove. Let's talk about it. Clove real quick being picked. The confidence here, is it like a ranked type of situation where if the first round doesn't go well, the comp is just bust?
I wouldn't necessarily say so. I think Jakey's been pretty classically active as a controller normally, so he's more comfortable than most on the Clove pick in this stage of Challengers. Being said, everybody's a little ISO'd at the moment. Moves on his classic lurk, gonna get found pretty early on, and B-Dog's already extended into Garage, so some trades abound, but this backstab already active.
Getting super fast with it, almost on site as well. Spike planted up. There they now. 2v2 in the situation as Giza gets a nice little flank going in, but I'm liking this double clasp up all the way into spawn, sticking together and keeping the fight on their side.
Like seeing Darkest get active as well. Love seeing him have more excuses to flash on the Phoenix. He's looked solid and might have the angle here to get both.
One enemy remaining.
First open. Has to tap. Heyo beckoning in the opening on the logs. Can almost swing to the second, but EGA can wrap it up with one still standing.
Love to see that right there. EGA Academy need as many rounds as possible on the board early. Get that value in from having such an aggressive composition coming through early on Haven. We've seen a lot of this map just all throughout the stage of Challengers as well. You have, I think, many teams finally testing a lot out, but finding out what works for them. And again, you know, you talk about Jakey right now. I think a very diverse agent pool on this player individually, having the freedom to just go kind of ham. You just kind of, what we've seen on Attack on Haven as well is just filling out the map, but really the explosion is what needs to be really cohesive and necessary. Clove lets you do that. EG now needs to translate this, but I believe are running into a super stack that half smoke as well, going to be denying a scan from coming and getting any information at all.
Yeah, EG Academy understand how valuable C-Site is against the defense that NRGA set up.
Ooh.
But EGA don't have mannerisms, they have trademarks. Moves is always gonna lurk, Jakey's always gonna get active, B-Dog's always gonna be the first in. NRGA will have a very easy time reading a lot of this.
Now we can challenge some of those trademarks. From a business perspective, Sean X wants to get a few of them down. Hale's there flooding in on site as well. Shouldn't be too much of a problem, but landing bodies falling now in a 1v2. B-Dog with a scope in close range. Could be danger on the horizon here. A shot, a dash. Smoke to get him as fast as the flash out of the angle, but he stays in with shots from the classic, saves the day. A messy round from EG Academy with a win nonetheless.
Heyo surviving for an eternity that round, first with the jump kills and then with the jump peaks to escort not one but two trade peaks in for him, and everybody landing the headshots along the way. That's the kind of mechanics you expect from this well-seasoned squad, but certainly not from the rookie Heyo, who is just continuing to inspire, and so much more stability into this squad. Really good attempt. That'll knock a lot of the guns down for this bonus round. Should make the defensive third really easy here.
Defensive reads are also really good right now. I think, what, a few rounds in a row where everyone's kind of clashed exactly where the attack side is choosing to go for over here. So EG Academy have to be diversified a bit, maybe slow down the pacing overall, or just win these clash ups head to head.
Darkest will start it with that run it back. Just go for some scouting. This comp is notably lacking in offensive intel. They have to go off of the enabling quickly, but they'll start sauntering on into sight, have the better guns, make it work. Darkest and Moobs get theirs, and they'll just go right through the smokes too, covering every space. NRGA fully checked out.
Yeah, I mean, this is a little bit crazy. I know that Garage is value for some of these lighter buys overall, but really just rolling them over. I didn't see a semblance of a hold there from these guys. The defensive team NRGA Academy have switched up their compositions to not let this happen. They rely on the utility to give them some space, but That was a 30-second eco round.
Yeah, I mean, when all else fails, just run it down. I mean, NRGA have exposed how, on another level, after SAD got that double down on the attack half, just how good you can be when you just don't care about the protocols that defenses have for the gun rounds where you're a little bit disadvantaged, which EGA is kind of still with this extra stinger from B-Dog, but Spy from NRGA is notably weak. They'll go for a bit more of a stack on the A site, but it's all the implant Hayode, who will at least get one down, but EGA now just gonna try and explode onto this more occupied site.
Everyone's installed with some heat right now, but Aircon, the fans on that drone, let the rest of the team walk in. Information's there. Paranoia, but a flash traded at the same time. Round's important to stay clean for EG Academy, and it still is. This time, that A take is perfect.
Just really solid clearing as well. Very clean, very precise, making sure nothing's missed out on, understanding how quickly a lot of these NRG players like to move in on the chokes, preparing for the potential shotgun buys as well. But now with Hayode on that operator, you gotta maybe clear a little more slowly. You can't necessarily W key your way through every problem, or else you'll lose a lot of first bloods very quickly. You can see Hayode looking to maybe already go for the garage peek.
Big thing on this entire spot over here. I mean, we can't even talk about the theories in practice. These rounds are starting off so fast. Immediate peak spray into long a bit. You get some value. Giza with another off angle. Heyo now getting that first peek over. Okay, understanding the pacing now on the side of NRG Academy. It takes a few rounds. I'm wondering if the cost is a bit too high there. Finally, EG Academy put down, but they have so much information on how these setups are being put down.
Yeah, there was nothing that had necessarily proved to them that they couldn't just run their way through every problem. Now there is, and they can start adjusting to that conditioning that NRG has mildly set. Operator is now going to be that commonplace factor as well. So the pacing is surely going to be more stop and start than just start and foot to the floor. Util burning from NRGA is pretty crucial here just because you have so much post-plan ability, even without the fade, which SAD used against NRG yesterday. And Jakey as well, with that consistent smokes even after he dies, means that you have that extra body you can kind of put in front of these front lines.
Electricity in garage though, and looks like it's lights out for B-Dog. Run it back though, keeps that flame alive. Dark is hitting value a little bit on Rents. Gonna push the entire attacking force back in B main though. A little bit of a fight. This is gonna decide the entire round here. Jakey trying to find some value, some space to breathe for the team, but they're still locked down. Meanwhile, moves on site C. Has to actually back up into C main. It's a haphazard disaster for the side of EG Academy, who have a nice push, a good line, would get completely waved back by NRG.
This is a pretty loud defensive pivot though, so you can keep a distraction over on the C lane, and all the meanwhile have the rest of the team mosey over to A for a second opportunity. And with Jakey one away from that ulti as well, you have a proxy 4v4 with a couple members of NRG quite low, and Heyo still with that operator. Tough to consider how to approach this, but Ren's already is.
Ooh, checked on flank. And yeah, Clove will be back for a second here. Ren's value from heaven. No smokes to put down right now. We'll get that first peek. Dart 2 to scan actually defensively a little bit. Okay, but really pushing the pressure here. Jakey up in the business. That's why you pick that agent now. 2v1 on site. Oh, on Recoil, who finds a nice little jiggle. Knives in tow, but he's the one that slices the angles off. Recoil gets absolutely blasted back by Hayode. He gets the clutch. 2-4 for NRG.
It was really good of EG to babysit Jakey. That was a travesty that he got picked off so early on that flank watch. Had to run it back all the way back through sewers and try to cover Link, and yet he still gets that kill to stay alive. Has the help as well. Thank God you have that third on Link to be able to trade your way through it. And Hayode try swinging with that operator, maintaining that confidence despite the scoreboard gap, looking really solid, able to get those knives in and twist it a little deeper into this attack. EGA, Econ, reset after this round by the looks of it, but they still have a lot in the tank to be able to try to counteract what NRGA has. Shows that even if they have that one trigger that they can open on an open site, they have so much power behind it.
And the Econs too. I mean, their Econs have been pretty good so far at finding value. They're still confident when they have lower powered guns. This time, not going to go down. No first bloods in the first 10 seconds. New game. plus, I guess, for both teams. But everyone heavy on this A side from NRGA Academy. Not a bad call because EG hasn't really moved around the map too much. The place that they start is usually where they finish unless they lose a body.
Cover going out.
Yeah, they've just been looking for the eagerness to leak into the other end. This is VCL NA. There's usually a shuffle stack on the first swing for first blood.
Drop
Dry
smoke,
up,
and that's
drop
one away.
smoke.
Yep, to counter it. I mean, the percentage chance of that, right? If you're playing Omen, if you're managing the angle, I mean, it's just tough. Actually tough. Another one in. Nice denial of the drone. Right now, I think both teams are scared, and this is why neural theft online on both sides means you really have to slow the pace down. One kill, Cypher finds the body, finds a stack as well. The rest of the team from EG Academy can move to C. NRG knows that's happening. They start to pre-move as well. Wall put up to get that B cross coming, but there's no time, there's no way. There's already a virus back site. It's found the information. It's uploaded the hit. Spike's gonna get planted down. This should be an NRG round now. Hale with the op on retake. No knives this time. Gotta be a save.
Should have known Moobs was inserted, man. You know how far he has to go for that neural theft, and you know exactly how he operates normally round to round. You know he's gonna be all the way up there, and you have your knife out when you're reapproaching, even that close anyway.
It's not 50-50, right? You're thinking that, okay, either he's gonna be in gong, cutting off the B hit, or maybe he gets closer, he doesn't want to do, I mean, it's Moobs. Guys that lift straight into C-Link and actually be active. Either way, if there is a 50-50, you gotta play for at least one of the 50s coming in on the retake. I would assume that right now, this one not looking the best in attempt and try. This is where the coaches sometimes come in, call that timeout, try to get the team on the right pace, the right set of mind to see what's going on. The biggest thing too for EG Academy, it's not really complicated strategy right now that's winning them a lot of these rounds, these one-off fights. This lack of just posture from the side of NRG feeding them some of these kills. You've got to stay controlled at the moment, and I don't see a timeout coming in on the 5-2. There it is, finally. NRG Academy, perfect time to get the team back on course.
Yeah, this is the right time to call it, because up until this point, I think NRG were still doing mostly the right things for the setups on defense, even before they started winning. Like, their slowdown has been tremendous. They've been very disrespectful of any noise that EG likes to make because they understand just how boisterous an actual opening has to be. And so, again, if you call the bluffs, you can drain the util well really easily against this attacking team. That being said, the second EGA gets to set the stage, they have so much of an advantage for the post plant. And it's so easy to snake into an opening, whether it's through garage to C or just straight up into B. We've been seeing teams doing that a lot more consistently lately, just smoking out the links and duking it out. Going down swing until you have the post plant util set up from window and courtyard. Just so many win cons at a moment's notice that NRGA has to very quickly adjust to.
It'll be very hot moments of those win cons though, right? As soon as those clove smokes die out, as soon as some of that util is put down, as you're saying, they need to drain that attacking well of power. You cannot fight EG when it's their tide that's high, right? That's the entire thing right now. And NRG are just not finding the timing. And at the same time, when they're giving fights, they don't even have the confidence to win those. I think Giza's the only one right now really activating Angie on this angle as well. That every time NRG chooses to focus on A, it's good. Look at this angle from Renz though, all the way down mid. You're not going to expect this. So far, NRG have had such passive lines. The decision making here is going to be the biggest thing. Peek off of it. 1, 2, no! Big lottery number is not going to be there for the side of NRG. That investment going to be going down. The peak 2 is desperate from Shondex and finds a bit of value, but how much after the fact? Most of the team now gone away. Yes, Renz did not knock down the entire pin side of EG, but they have been affected. 2 people are only alive.
Sprung the trap the perfect amount of times. AOD to distract, and then refrag, and then the extra garage step out just when you think you're out of the issue. And now Giza inserted just enough to evade all the opening util to make sure nobody was flanking, but just close enough to make it so everybody else could run back if he failed, which he didn't. So, terrific turnaround from NRG Academy there. Good ability to punish with a little more impunity. Make sure you found those angles that haven't been checked, because there are few that do for EGA. But This is the kind of stuff that can't be replicated every round. Renz is not going to get away with that stuff as easily for the rest of this half.
I'm still liking the fact that they pushed the pressure on all the sides of the map where they had a gap. Giza moving up. Yes, when I see Renz do it every single time, but having this side of A be more aggressive will be huge for the team. And Heo again takes that space a bit, challenges up in the short as well, finds another timing. This is what you want to see. Proactivity with a flick that might not hit, but the pressure's there for EG.
You gotta adhere to that more, understand just how confident he's gonna be every single time, and now he's got help. It's a done deal on this site. If EGA decide to press into this, it's just a matter of how many bodies they can take on the way down. And so they slow down, they freeze, they wait for the crunch, but recoil stuck, paranoia, Hayode again!
The timing, just playing off your own timing of the dark cover to have the para ready afterwards. You know people might be close to the smoke to get ready for the angle. Giza too again, taking that space, 8 HP, putting the pressure. B-Dog roasted alive, well done for NRG.
Just gotta respect these openers a little bit harder. You know how quickly, especially Hayode, is gonna be able to step out onto whatever coin flip opening barrier you go for. And it looks like Hayode's landing heads again this round by how we're weighted. I mean, they've been able to rely on Shondex so much to solo hold for these past couple rounds just because he's not showing himself as early on. He's letting maybe just one cage go, conserving the wire, and then spreading it as well. He has one on the sewer this round. Just being universal. Put it back out early from Darkest, covered by Ange. Cheeky high ground to take care of that quick.
The third running back that's been denied here, though, is he's on another gap. This time filled up by Jakey. They have this really cool angle from B-Dog as well. Luchus to get a bit more passive with it, play with the team, have that line put down. Heo on the flank with the op, though, is going to be a ticking time bomb to maybe relieve some pressure in the round. Meanwhile, the rest of the team, C-Link, ready to flow. Almost starting to jump in. First point of contact, Jakey looking so good with this one. B-Dog trades as well. Shondex still inside C-Link, the man who baits. Might actually catch a big fish here. He's able to put the pressure on, punch it down. Heo trying to find out what this angle's going to be looking like. The whiff, the hit, no leg, smoke. Heo almost getting this one to not be too much of a joke. It's going to be tragedy on the side of Moobs, though. Third time's the charm. All on Jakey, 30 HP. The swing's not going to do it either. The time should be there for Shondex. Is it? Is it good? I don't believe it from the side of NRG.
Wow, yeah, that's just one of those rounds that just should not have gone on. Is again, Hayode having plot armor this round, making so much noise going through the window with the dry op aggression, dares to peek Moves of all people on it, and gets 4 chances on top of his Cloudburst reset, still wins off the dry peek, and then has to run it down for the 2v1. I cannot believe they made that work. At time window, like we saw, 0.31 of slack, and it's tied up at 5.
We're talking about how EG were running these guys down, how things looked comical. Now it's kind of flipped pages after that timeout. 5-5. The advantage is gone. Speed, though, still on the essence for EG, taking all this space over at A. Moves. The short fight, that should be the question here. Only 2 rifles, though, on the side of the attacking team. No shot. Just Fury coming in to kind of supplement the lack of economy at the same time. Gonna have to actually deal with the bodies as they flow through. Renz, he's dealt with. Ange, perfect para. Again, this guy's utility is phenomenal. Half HP, still dealing damage, solving the round. You cannot crack this safe at all. There's no chance whatsoever. On a swivel as Darkest, but Ange with the 4K locks it all down.
Yeah, absolutely on fire. Holding down that channel with merely the threat of the paranoia and then the paranoia itself. And then being able to swing onto all the coverage as NRGA was willing to take that fight early into the pistol stack. Now, back to the open spread. Willing to, again, account for every win con EGA has, which they do have a good couple coming into this 12th. But it is certain this is not nearly as dominant an attack half as we saw just 24 hours hence against this team. A lot's been cleaned up.
So much so. Here comes the preliminary Hunter's Fury as well, getting the read on Garage recoil. Actually gonna get found from Giza. picking the right side there, but as this happens, the rest of the team is able to flow in straight to site. The spike is not there though for this time. Dark is to really bring this in, run it back after 2 kills as well.
So having to heal up, armor gone after getting tagged by that Fury too.
Oh no, Hale. He's figured it out, pinged it over. Flash is there, but not going to be able to affect Garage. That's so clean.
So sick with it, and now he gets the knives up. He can just enter and be that opening body, still try and get something on the way down. No, that's just stupid. I'm telling you, he's the protagonist today, man. That stuff should not be happening.
Somehow NRGA Academy have turned this one into a lead of their own defensively. From what started to be an absolute beatdown turned into just luck taking over on the day for some of these defenders, man. Skill on site too, though, to hold things down against some of these eco rushes. Hale's up, just giving him, like, I don't know, iframes half the time when he aims in.
Yeah.
What is going on in Haven? I've asked this question every time for the last 3 weeks. We've been casting Challengers. This map has something about it in Americas, man. It's crazy.
Well, it's got to be finalized now, as NRG Academy will have plenty of opportunity to make this attack half one that can clinch them the map. Hey, with this Sheriff, just to run this down, it seems like they want to bare knuckle brawl it. And EGA feels like they'll chew at it.
I'm not sure about these bare knuckle brawls, though. The biggest thing that is, I think, the advantage for NRG Academy playing slow. Clove does not have as much of a cerebral tank when it comes to the utility. Here's the flash, though, that brawl that I think EG should be looking for. They refuse it over. Shawnex finding value on the other side of the map, though, is able to open things up, and suddenly everyone has to simmer on EG. They choose to push forward. He's ready. Crosshair, perfect. And Skewers, too.
Again, trying to double down. Once you lose this momentum, they understand how quickly the snowball can roll, and now Jakey trying to call that back. Question the push. Understand how valuable it is to get rid of this Clove, and then understand you can pivot into such a more vulnerable site. But with him distracted, A site will still be taken. 2v4 for the post plant. And NRGA have Renz so ready to try to get active for the opener. Drop down from Jakey quickly dealt with, and that is a silencing of a post plant. NRGA take it to 8-5.
They've got momentum on their side, and again, this more aggressive compositional choice from EG Academy is starting to prove some question marks all over the board now. How do they attack this defense side? I think that's their only option here. It's all they've really got. They have such a brawl heavy, I think, identity on this map already. In that first half, that was what was looking best for them. Scaling up C, we haven't seen that for the last like 6 rounds. They need to come alive again, and I know it's an eco, but this is where you can make those options at least shown. So on A, maybe is where they'll make that theory of aggression true. I don't really see it too much. A stack of moves, and B-Dog has to be the solution here for this round.
Has to give himself away after the recon bolt clocks him. And NRGA, once again, will try to double dip into that. Chomp at the bit. Get hit with the Cypher Cam, and Renz just goes down, huh?
That is enough.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. Allergic to the tick. It's unfortunate. Chondex got value to open up the entire round on pistol. Not in a position to really do it over here. More of a stack and not a trap, though, on the side of A. We had 3 people here before. Jakey has moved off to cover that B line. Here comes that point of contact, though. Then Rico will see him. Darkest will flash him and turn on the light. Here we go. Scope taken offline. Plastic getting value. And Rico now can get to another scurried angle. Scam a little bit on that A side of NRGA. Choose to push forward.
Yeah, EGA have so much freedom to tuck basically any angles they want to, because Hayode has to be basically the sole opener, and the guy's holding an outlaw. So as long as you get 2 in front of him, then it's impossible for him to gain any space. Left. But that's why you keep an insert available, so you can just pivot off of him. Geese has taken all of C-side, cleared the whole dang thing except for B-Dog, but he's got that too. All is well for the moment for NRGA's post plant. 3v3, way better guns.
I haven't got a chance to pick up any either deep into A long. They have to just do this with Jakey having the biggest chance of finding a kill. Up in this ang, though, could be enough, and no. Surprise shot, the factor of distraction is not going to be a thing to help him land those bullets. Still, Damage done on the anti-eco. Everything looking good. NRGA up to 9.
Still solid stuff. Noticing when they have that weakness, but EGA, yeah, I mean, a couple of really important ISO'd fights that get a couple of orbs in advance for this ult rotation, and also just force NRGA to leave through the playbook a little bit deeper on the bonus, or on the follow-up rather. And now coming into said bonus, you kind of understand that you can do a lot of the same sort of thing this round. Again, find those tight chokes, and if you can prio Renz out, who does not have that hero gun active, then the push power is so much lesser.
Parker's trying to
you
find
don't hold that
value.
orb, dude. Come on.
That stuff. Halo's coming in from crazy angles. I mean, on both halves right now. He might have some value here too towards the end. Not going to really find it. We move on to seeing if anything else is possible from the defending team and getting back some space on the map, but they're so far back on their lines. It's just Recoil right now getting some information on A. Everybody playing off those tripwires the best they can. The map is owned by NRG, but again, they also haven't really pushed up for any space. Just winding down the clock. Maybe 40 is the section on when we move. They're actually going into Recoil, who could find value here to kind of even the scales.
You burn one flash, go for the re-peek, pot shot, take a little bit of the attention, see how much more you can get out of it before the actual push comes, but it seems pretty inevitable. Drone is gonna sell, still just the one. Jakey has a solid spot and has not been read. But after that recon bolt goes, it seems like too much time's been wasted. NRGA, they'll go for the pivot. They have someone at the door of B. They'll break the trap wire. They'll get in nearly scot-free, but Giza's still going for the peek in, and that is such a good opening. EGA get those picks for free, and B-Dog's just gonna keep on running it down. This is exactly the position EGA wanted themselves in, but Heyo gets in front of it himself. 10 seconds to go, and a couple of inches more forward to try to get these last couple kills, but the crowd is just too much coverage. Surely, no time, no chance, and no more bodies. EGA can wrap that up with 3 standing.
Really, really nice from EGA to be online when it matters, understand the timings across the map. The confusion for me it's just NRG Academy having that much space, getting into this position. I have not known how many were on that A site, but if you're having these lesser weapons, you need to get active. The difference between this round and the ones before is they had that lurker. They had Sean Nex getting value elsewhere. When they didn't do that in this one, they played much more of a default. You have to commit to some of your first ideas the whole way through. Not having that lurk, being desperate on B, leave a gap open for EG to come back.
Revealing area.
No peek to start. Darkest window shopping in the sewer to see if anybody goes for that extra dash, but instead just looks to be that heavy aggression. They noticed the gap that was open in A that they didn't go for last time, and now Giz is gonna look for that extra tag. Just finds the one onto Darkest on the retreat. So once again, fractured HP before the real fight starts, but the read is active. Once again, like the bullhorn is just blasted from both sides at the moment. And Recoil gets the free peek again this time, turns it into 2.
How is he able to reset for the third? How is he able to have a conversation that long?
I don't know.
At A, I mean, that is just ridiculous. The ebbs and flow, the tides of this game, Jakey in an angle that also just shouldn't exist, really. What is this? The timing is there for him. He's just kind of wandering on site, not much to clear. B-Dog falls down to try to hero the round against 2 players. It's an America's match, all right.
Which is why I believe in moves. Come on, buddy.
He sold it before.
Nice to make it happy.
That paranoia is going nowhere, by the way. Here we go. 1v2. It's not going to be possible. As Ange is that extra one, and that 2 is able to wrap it up. And again, the insurance, I feel like, for NRG Academy, when it's a round that they must win, he does wrap it up with a bow.
Yeah.
This is crazy. I mean,
It's a little bit of craziness on either side. Just a little bit of walking around. A little bit of aimless wandering on that A site. Nobody really knowing of where they wanted to end. And yeah, I mean, we've seen that so many times where EG Academy goes for like an intercept and it just turns into 5 people solo swinging. It looks like a hot mess, but not really at that pace, which is why I admire NRG Academy for being able to kind of slow that tempo and force it into a drag, which can cause so much more room for error there.
Yeah, I think they're the ones with the way they're playing on this attack side, NRGA Academy, forcing EG to try to, okay, oh my God, I get to play the round. I really want to swing, please. And then Recoil as well, getting that type of fight. Like, you are kind of baiting these guys. Rageman and I'm online for free, by the way. It's kind of crazy. But that being said, when we saw NRG at their lowest, you know, some of those defensive rotates, knives out, when you know that move should have been there, they called the timeout, they got in line. Right now, I think that is the messiest round from EG where they should have won. They should have had to have at least an idea of how to approach. It's gotten messy. Coach called a timeout, and now it's time to lock it down. 4 rounds of a difference. B-Dog now up with the operator as well. They've got some voices in this one. Recoil and Jakey, though, not going to have an opportunity to really be as loud with these sheriffs, but now they have 100 Fury. They have that running back as well, trying to find some value. This should be the round to win for EG.
Yeah, again, a million ways to activate. The last round should be the worst it gets for you, the most it could possibly have fallen apart. Darkest on the double swing into the flash. That's an easy oneer to catch Renz. And again, you have no easy room to activate. Recoil searching for extra bodies with that Hunter's Fury. Decently early, though, and that's an extra win con for the later portion of the round that's already gone.
Feel like Sean Dex might get a little bit of value here. Being last in line could lurk away and make the team pivot towards him, but no, they start to stay deathballed. We have to then look at moves who will receive all this pressure. And every time NRG have tapped towards this garage side or just in Haven in general, B is always a threat. So the team will stay split apart for now. And the decision from NRG is not made yet on where to go. It's looking like they're just getting even more space. Drone being taken here, and that actually goes them to get slowly on site, moves down real fast. Defensively, getting a few free kills here, still giving more to the trade there. Recoil has none as he finds 2 with the sheriff. Paranoid, but he can stay inside that smoke. It starts to dissipate, and he still stays alive. The AD Mastermind is able to pick up all 3 by himself on site.
A lot of certainty that time for EG. They had the right amount of bodies for the problem, and then Darkest with his run it back made sure that nobody was quickly snaking through the rest of the yard. So everyone just very prepped to fight, but Recoil, good Lord. Good shots to equalize quick and force that front line back again. The tempo swaps, man, it's been so controlling for either side. You see everybody psyching themselves out because of it at this point. Starting to become a real mental battle. Love the trades that come off it on this map.
Haven't really broken that cam yet immediately, so it's going to be looking like a read for C so far. For EG, they're going to rotate a few people over. You think of that rock, paper, scissors situation. Do they know that we know? Do I know that they know? So you might see NRG move away a little bit here in a second. Eco, though, you know when you have these sheriffs, garage is so tempting. Blade a mile away will take moves down. Sean Dex, the value man, is gonna find his 2. Neural theft, you understand where the pressure is. The question is, do you want to challenge it? Heyo is on the line. The guy to see him away, but they could actually just follow the light. Go straight back into sight. Jakey will hold it. Here comes the Armada through garage.
Jakey's the only one allowed to challenge Heode, and now everybody from NRG is allowed to challenge Jakey. That makes it a whole lot easier for the rest of the team, and now B-Dog already with this operator, he's gonna be forced to save it, so it'll be 11-7 coming out of this. I mean, I don't see why you continue to challenge. I feel like EG had the power to not have to challenge that, or those knives out the gate like that, but it just kept going and he kept land. I mean, you don't go into a 1v1 against Heode 99% of the time. You just don't.
Yeah. When he's playing, like, what is it, Valorant Souls as well, when he's getting the, you know, dodge and having invincibility half the time, you really shouldn't if you've seen the rest of these rounds play out. If it's the first few where he does the illegal things, you gotta allow it, you know? You never know. And B-Dog's found 2. No operator, I guess, for the rest of the half of these rounds that I'm going the same way for NRGA Academy. The game will end before EG can afford another one.
We'll have to, again, just double into disadvantage. Let it ride, baby. Bet it all on red. Heode going for the outlaw now as well. Now that those knives have been depleted, and that one shot's all but recoil. Doesn't look like he'll guess right initially, but we've seen how quickly NRG is willing to try to pivot into the B bottleneck. EG knows that all too well.
Revealing area.
I think with this one too, Sean Dex is on that lurk, so if they want that insurance option, if they need to leave, at least they have some information in mid. A Cypher Cam will give you so much just safety in what you want to do on the map, especially against a lower economy buy, right? 2 players on sheriffs on the side of EG. And you mentioned lots of half armor. I mean, this is the harvest for Heode. I mean, wherever he wants to look, he will find that value. Recoil going back to his comfort spot. It's a full retake call, but it is one of the hardest sites to retake. A coming in. It's going to be really tough too. No paranoia, which can really activate a lot of the times defensively how you take the site. Clove gonna have to land the shots for the rest of the team. Cloud bursts already used as well, so a lot of these tools again being expended by the defensive side before they're even on site.
Yeah, they're gonna make it a mid-plan fight then, so that they have to use the rest of their kits as well. Drop down from B-Dog is good for the second, but EGA are just running out of bodies. Moobs now in the 1v2 after being able to clear the first, and Renz is quite low, having to try to play with the Blaze. Now the pivot backwards, but Moobs adjusts, but runs out of bullets to finish the transfer onto Hayode, who will once again win the round out for NRGA and take them to game point 5 times over.
Saw him last alive, and I knew who was gonna win the entire match, or I guess round. I'm spoiling it a little bit. He's gonna be alive the next round, so who knows. Hayode over and over again. I mean, just look at the difference. It's one bullet that strays to the left there. I mean, so hard to control the recoil, especially when you're moving around a little bit and having to go 1v2. Good effort, but again, it's Hayo who's having a game right now, 22-9, mostly scopes in hand and knives as well to add those numbers all the way up. At the same time, Giza having such a nice one as well. I feel like the entire team's online. B-Dog has been put on a leash in this one. And now the rest of the team after that pick have so many options to flow with. Again, the economy's not there for EG. They have to make that first move, but this is just a bit too desperate.
Yeah, they've gotten a gambling addiction at this point. That approach from B-Dog had no gas behind it, no intel at all. For all we know, 4 people could have been waiting for him, and he just went for it. They're fully going for the hero moments for this round to be able to save face, and it might just work. Recoil and Jakey doubling up from the lobby. Jakey with the 3-pick, the Guardian! There's the activity you're looking for, and the round that EG need to survive.
Jakey put on the mask and the cape active as well, but is it enough if every other round is filled with kryptonite for the side of EG? Can this guy be the hero if you need him in every single moment, right? These retakes with Clove aren't doing the most. If you have to pick a line and land headshots with the Guardian every time, it's not the most consistent thing for Jakey. You can just see it in the numbers between both these teams. Ren's not even having that much value. The rest of the team is playing off of the space he's making. There just isn't that order of operation there for EG now. 4 rounds. They got to figure out what works for them. It can't just be their shots online.
All falling into chaos. Only a matter of time before NRGA can stop the bleeding and finish this off, surely. Noise for noise, but NRGA know how powerful this double duelist can be, and they'll finally start to get a little bit active. Hunter's Fury to try to clear this board that is very much occupied. That means you got a lot of targets to find, and once again, it's Darkest who catches all of it. Recoil, distance back, finds the first, might be prepped for Hayo, drone just in case, and there's the freeze for NRG Academy as the pivot to A with Spike in hand is completely vacated.
Yeah, right now this was not the main event. It was drama class. They just wanted to sell this act of a fake towards the C site. 2 duelists dashing in, using abilities. The Hunter's Fury, thunder and lightning in the skies. You can't see where the real threat is, and that's on A. How much space is taken? Where are the embeds? It's Hayode, and this guy has the prologue happening for his protagonist run here on Haven. Jakey also going down, repositioning into the mines of EG Academy. He's just too much to handle, buying even more time, getting Giza on the line. I mean, this entire team is playing with their hero insights. He just can't lose. He cannot be stopped, and NRG Academy take Haven by storm.
Always at the scene of the crime, and what a crime that's been committed by NRG Academy to take back that map of Haven. They have that confidence in here for a reason, and they'll be able to take it away after surviving on the defense and thriving on the attack. Saw a multidisciplinary one as well, not necessarily just a W key till you die. NRG proved they have a lot to still learn and a lot to still teach this scene.
There's also Do or Die Liz and the Desk for, yes, as we're mentioning it, EG Academy, who are locked in, confident on this map 10 rec. But again, as Roy mentioned, NRG coming in hot, coming in a little bit more adaptive and having the comp it's kind of the touch of death. If they get on site, they have Astra, they can turn down the time. They could just win this entire map from this attack.
Yeah, the sustain here is really going to be the thing to pay attention to for NRG Academy. How often can they replicate getting onto the site and then staying on that site? The command they will have over this space is going to be impregnable. That A reset is going to be insane if EG Academy don't get a grip on it nice and early. So the way they weigh their defensive approach matters a lot to me. I wonder how often we'll see the 3-1-1, how often we'll see the 4-1s for gamble stacks, because EG Academy, they were willing to go for those coin flips early. I wonder how their mental is after that first map. We'll see if they approach this any differently.
Yeah. Astra versus Omen being the biggest difference, and having that neon double duelist as well instead of darkest on the sky is also going to be an option. And she's going to be able to activate the smokes from long range and get the lurk as well. The timing is so unfortunate, but he's also not ready on his B-Dog. Get that. Still, the round goes on. Spike is down. Trailblazer in play. The retake a bit segmented from the defensive side, but all the attackers can finally cross to get into their positions. Dark cover falls. Light shines over, guiding or otherwise. EG are making the move over here, but the toxic screen will buy some time for the team to take a breath. They double swing. After that, all the pins fall remaining. Once more. A strike down for NRGA Academy. Just recoil left over, but Heyo has not stopped being the hero for this match so far. He takes the pistol, another 4K.
The main character of the round, even in the seconds that he wasn't shooting his gun. NRGA Academy don't have as much sustain for specifically the pistol round. They solely relied on that toxic screen, and in the moments between the times in which it could be active, Hayode was shooting, but in the time that that screen was up, they baited with Hayode reloading so that Renz could double swing with that ghost and spray down the rest while Heyo was waiting to get his gun back active. And the second he did, he fragged out again. Unreal stuff coming from this guy. He's absolutely insane.
And that was the NRG Academy at a disadvantage, right? They got first blooded in that one, so it's just surprising they still have the power to be able to just take that 4v5 on the sites. KO active again with the scope. I mean, he's just in the right space, the right time, the right angle. It's all just about what happens now defensively. Trying to go and play anti as well. The cloudburst save him down for now. For EG, it's just about getting value here. It's not really about winning the round, but how many bodies can they make fall?
Gotta go.
Without that healing, Hale will be a little more vulnerable walking into this. Wants to keep his distance until that space is guaranteed, which now NRGA will set their sights a lot heavier on. But with the B pivot being quicker, EGA know exactly where they're going. In they go. Ren still dry speaking with this Sheriff, able to grab the first, and the pack will collect and conquer. Matter of, like you said, how many bodies drop, and it looks to only be one here.
The Darkest might be able to play a little bit for that exit at the same time. Maybe just does not want to give away the orb. Sometimes you can't see Phoenix pop up on this map. Over there you see some of these eco options just turn into like, hey, we want to really sit back and not give these orbs away. We're not going to go for the exits at all. But seeing a little bit more traditional compositions, I think, from both sides right now. One rocking the double duel, one having double initiator. There's not much value you can give over by having faster ultimates overall. So EG Academy, I mean, unless you get seen here, Darkest. Yeah, he will give one over to Shondex. V-Dog though, nice value. Ooh, really huge, actually. 3 down.
Yeah, mining some decent frags out of that one for sure. NRG Academy having a rough go at it for the bonus, which means you go for your strongest strat, which will be that rinse and repeat on the W key down to sight. Of course, EG Academy have been pretty prone to the trap setups, so comes down to the stop and start. You think that out the barrier, they'll send it with Heyo, or they'll go for this Hezi and crack open the lurker.
Defensive side should have so much utility to be able to fight. The question is, who can they really send in? Maybe stun down as well at the same time, just to buy that space a little bit. But EG Academy successfully have taken over B main.
Slowly backing out, maintaining the sights, really trying to call this window bluff, but timing is very good from NRG here.
It hasn't come at a cost either. A lot of the times when the defensive team makes a move like this, you lose space on the other side of the map. No mid space taken by NRG Academy, no A space lost either. Pushing still over to B. 2 players here to receive. Huge from Hayode to even things out. Moves on an angle though, was able to tap dance on boxes, pick up some heads, and hold down the advantage for the team.
Really does slow down the second Renz dies. That fast lane goes with him, and there's no more ability to obfuscate your way in. And from there, it becomes a brawl that EG can very easily win with the gun diff here. Ange will go down swinging, but can't swing 360. So that'll be 4 guns up for EGA coming out of the bonus. We have reached some stability for either side, and so back to the playbook for NRGA.
They always have one big rush. EG with the sky flash as well early, and I'm liking that they're choosing to use it right at the barrier to take some of that space. It could get hairy here and there. At the same time, you're up against lesser weapons. There's also a bit of a risk, but I think doing this over and over again and switching up where it happens on the map will be the best for them, because once that initial dash and flash is gone, then like you have a bit of a problem as to what's breaking down. They're going to be looking to defensively sit back on a very passive line this time now. And I can't agree with this one. Giving NRGA Academy space, I feel like it's going to do too much on the map. They have nothing, not even anyone in tunnels, in elbow. They're playing back pyramid and a little bit of forward space from Darkest here. But even then, it's barely real info.
This is placing a lot of responsibility on Darkest. Has to maximize those birds to get both intel and impact, so it results in a lot of intuitive play, a lot of forward peeking, and you lose your initiator, your flashes out the gate here while NRGA is still just taking this space.
Biggest thing right now too though is that it's shattered the entire composition, the workflow of EG. Look at what they had. Somebody had tunnels with a drone, some nice pivots back and forth. Now solo Viper tap dancing on boxes, same routine. I'm not going to be impressed this time being at the circus. I don't think NRG Academy are either. They can push in, they understand, and they also know that Viper has to stay there. So one guaranteed on B, max two maybe A, and an unknown in mid. They choose to take their numbers and attack the A side.
Dog tucked on the screen, passes it, and they're not checking initially. Gets the freebie and the cloudburst to reset, sprays back into Heyo. That's impeccable control on his own. Now has a little bit of help, but the crowd is here to counter-frag. Recoil, daring Rens in winning that double dog. Shondex barely escaping the shock dart, ricocheting off, but he still stands quite alone. Ange still has to clear out all of mid. Shondex has it all to do. 3 down so far, and slowly creeping up. Snakebite behind Recoil.
Ange finally able to maybe meet up with a teammate. Moves will easily adjust twice to be able to lock down the round. Some haphazardness from NRG Academy. A good plan, a little bit of a messy type of execution. A pocket for EG to get that win.
And those passive moments where you do decide to give time away by taking a little more of this massive map, you do land that risk of players like B-Dog just going in front of the one threat you have, and this time it just was that screen. No lane this time, and the Nebulas were not there in time either because Ange was too far out. Timing, once again, a little bit stunted, leading to that EGA win.
Ooh.
And so, we'll call it timeout. Round 4, this is a bit early, I think.
Yeah.
I feel like you can make this adjustment without having to call this.
Yeah, biggest thing we saw, and the only similarity here for NRG Academy, who called this one, on Haven in the last map where they were rotating through spawn, didn't understand enemy positions. Coach came in, and since then they did not let EG go. I feel like in this round as well, I mean, we haven't seen any patterns develop. It's just been a single mistake, but they did not understand B-Dog's position or what EG should have obviously had as a setup. So coach is saying, listen, that can't go. And if they just, I guess, fix that one mistake, might be a free half. But at 2-2, I mean, give them a chance. Just one more round, maybe.
Yeah, let them work a little bit. Come on. Don't hold their hands. But I agree. I mean, you have so many you have so many consistent spots that EGA reads. Again, it's like they're not quiet about what they like to do. They're just very good at what they do, so they can get away with doing it a lot. So you can confidence swing like a lot of members of NRG are capable of doing, or you can outstrat them, which hopefully is what the timeout call is for.
We got some information on the solo Holtz guy on A and how passive EG might just be. It's going to be a full walk down with rifles, knives, power from the side of EG Academy. This is up against an eco, so I guess it just works. The longest sightline in the game. It's the strongest your weapons will be against some of these sheriffs. Giza will knock down B-Dog for now, but he's not going to have much to start the round with anyways. The rest of the team has complete control over NRG.
Now they'll decide to fight this out before it gets even tougher for them. They know it's, only a matter of time. Still not dropping anybody beyond B-Dog, who had those knives, so it's a good setup for EG going into the long haul for the half. But yeah, the timeout surely called for this upcoming round with just with nothing really spent here. Ange with that Cosmic Divide also on deck.
Yeah, I'm seeing some fusion in the kitchen in the way EG are cooking up these strats though, because we had one round where they're pushing in B really fast. A passive round afterwards was like a reverse embedded B-Dog left over on backside, and then they walk down mid. I'm not sure if NRG Academy will have a read here, or they're just doing one of their plays strategically with confidence. Drone off to maybe see the up for a second, and yeah, they have the information now. Question is, how do they pivot? Hunter's Fury coming in from the attack side to take down the operator. Still, the rest of the team is using that gap to move all the way over to B. Darkest is able to claim 2, and they're going to be hindered moving on to site.
That's like the first time Darkest has been planted on this B site. The second they punished by having him condition that bird from the A cave so that they could push down mid last round, they switch over where he's starting, and they're not prepared for him to be holding down that arch. And the momentum stopped again. You got to just work with this space. Meanwhile, EG can clear the rest of it, and so confidently take the rest of it. Hunter's Fury on top of default plant. Shondex can't land it, and he's tagged. Ooh. I saw you dodging that IRL, bro.
I'm trying to help Shondex, I guess. It's the force to habit. He's finding timing as well. And the rest of the team's able to move up. Double-edged sword, this pit can be sometimes on the retake. As long as you're able to sheath some of the blades from the side of recoil, you won't actually get stabbed or even backstabbed inside the pit. Moves will try his best. The second plunge into the smoke, and he's going to be seen as well from Shondex. Nice positioning again. This guy, give him an inch, he'll give you a round. I feel like it's been happening on Haven. It's translating over to Breeze. He's finding so much space, so much value for his team.
End of the day, losing 2 in that initial stack didn't really matter. It had already worked its course. They had already made all that space and gotten the free pinch onto the B site. And then with that pit, you have so much power again for the post plant without really needing to do much else. Of course, it comes down to more cycling this round once more. Ange with still that cosmic divide, so you have a little more power on the pre-plant now to just start that engagement. But it'll once again start on the B site, where EGA is still having the heavier weight too. Wow, bounty from Jakey.
This is really nice too as well. You can have the Viper wall all the way over towards the A side, toxic screen, and then cosmic divide as you're talking about. Tenrek be so strong here, not giving away the strategy of what's happening in this round. Have those Nebulas able to cover the wall as well after the fact. Jakey, do you make a play before? Do you wait until after? It doesn't matter. Giza can easily reposition from here as well. Just have to make sure the smoke is going okay. Double shocks inside. Have to find too much value. Wall finally falls. Half wall activates. Shondex not going to be able to find more. He's pushing into them. They're not getting pressured. Heyo Day bouncing on a tightrope right now. Falls towards the side, and he will actually plunge all the way down to death. Renz has to make it work from backside, and he does hold the site down now. 1v2. Pressure on B-Dog.
Messy clears coming from both sides, but very limited time at this stage. Ren's taking the better angle, but B-Dog the better fight. Now the cloud burst to quickly reset, but this gravity well is going to take him off, and that just might be time. It is grabbing that up and getting out to let NRGA have that lead 4-3 now. Once again, the springboard is just so strong. Even when EGA have that aggression to match, have that pressure to slowly corner NRG, there's so many crevices they can crawl back into.
Thing too right now in terms of comp differential is its speed. Having the double duelists be able to just at least, you know, puncture the site, but then take things so far in it immediately. The sprint coming in, dash being able to cheat that space. It's not the same for EG, right? Yes, they have the tools to get in, but to actually fix the tire, to do the job itself, it's gonna take a while to scale on site with Omen Sky. Getting people to walk in. B-Dog, though, is one of the essence of speed for the team, and he activates fast.
Wow, and he stays in front of it too, beckoning out the drone, and now the overdrive from Renz, who's gonna challenge it himself into the triple angle. That is gutsy, my guy. And no one else gets in off of it.
Oh my God, the triple leg.
Too.
Yeah, it's just too good. Seekers for the information, just to put the cherry on top. This round should be EG's.
Utter dominance off of NRGA, just having that itchy trigger finger this time around, and inevitability with how much is bubbling. And how willing EGA has still been to just take these fights head on. B-Dog, the dry swing, into the immediate challenge afterwards, into having the babysitting once he ducks out. There's your trap, there's your triple, there's your round most likely, but 45 seconds to maybe get some creds on the board here for NRGA. Have that ball continue to roll after this little blip.
Really nice again for them to, again, be proactive, get into these angles before the round even has a chance to start. It's just how many times can you get away with that? Left. Is there a punish angle as well on either side? If window is there for a second, it's a bit of a 50-50. And every time this defensive team chooses to really pressure A main or go for the op and B, it leaves mid wide open. Again, the most impressive thing about EG right now for me, this defensive team, is that they're making these plays around the map, yet losing no map space at all the way NRG are scaling over. Somehow, everyone is kind of bolstered and postered all over the map in these really aggressive defensive angles, and NRG is finding nothing.
There is always a checkpoint critically for the push itself. Elbow's been pretty much ignored by both teams. I feel like that factors into that defensive mindset pretty heavily. Like, no one's even had to worry about it. You just peek from nest into the door swing and you're chilling. Does NRGA understand how strong the B main take is if you put any other body away from what is happening right there? Because for all you know, there's 3 or 4 members of EGA stacked there, then you're gonna lose the fight. It's gotta be fully blown, which it looks like they're gonna go for it again.
I mean, Lightning from EG is not really striking twice in the same place. They go aggressive. And then look at this passive line. Nobody even close to a barrier. Nobody close to a fight. Moves looking for maybe some value on the left side. His head will be seen. Body scan now. And his team will be able to spray back in and find value. Darkest and the swing from moves. The 2-point connection cannot be stopped from EG. The players are worth everything on the side of NRGA Academy. Angel trying to even it out, almost a shot towards the top of the rope, but no, he gets slammed down by recoil. EG now have an identity on this map. It's defense, and it can't be broken.
That was a very loosely set trap, but it's still sprung all the same. I'm not sure how Moob survived that long, but it was an orthodox spot for him. He wasn't on the boxes or the pillars. That's normally where he likes to sit. Hung out on default instead, still got droned, still had 2 duelists already inside, fully in back, and then Darkest peeks out at the perfect moment to stick a pin in it, and once again just completely slow this timing to a halt. And yet still Moobs carries on even longer, gets the kills, and stands it down. Fight your way through it. That's the way you can beat this team, and EGA know it. They know they can be better.
They're challenging every single smoke that's put down on the map right now. There's always bullets running straight through there. That's one of the counters you can have in the most basic sense to Neon, who will be trying to sprint through. Some defensive utility and information denied as well from NRGA Academy. When this round is set up by EG, when it's a bit of a slower situation, you do have mid as an option and as an opening, but they play so far back on their sites, middle might not matter as much. It's taken care of by those deep angles on the defense. Okay, Giza given so many chances to fight there. We'll compare gravity to buy the time just for B-Dog to be able to have his head on a swivel and look. Okay, the gears are turning for EG. The setups are looking good. It is an eco, so it's a bit easier to traverse, but I'm liking the protocols.
Yeah, no real way to challenge that after B-Dog Zop got the first. You were already in too deep. You could have gotten pinched by the extra backstab, which is even stronger against the eco, so running out of options fairly quickly, such as these types of rounds on Breeze. You just have so much you have to check. A B-Dog gets around for free on a round like that. And I'll have 2 more where he can stay active with this defensive operator that has gotten him so much ground before Heyo tries to, I mean, in theory, go crazy, go stupid the same way.
I'm out of here.
I mean, he needs to. I feel like NRG Academy right now have been taught to sit and stay. I haven't seen their aggressive rounds just yet, but here it comes. The dash is in, the dog barks. They're ready to push in onto sight. Rans already has the angle. They're aware of B-Dog, and Sean Dex is active on a second line as well.
Really good segmenting, but they're not ready for B-Dog again. Holding even farther back, and now that squad is here, everybody else wins theirs. And it's down to a 3v2 out of nowhere.
A ball hit out of the park, but there was a catcher behind the fences, and NRG Academy, their pressure has been fully received by EG. They were ready for that pass, the fast push. They sacrificed 2 of their cards to kind of summon a god trio that holds down the site, and they're even able to rotate. They have the information and the firepower. Look at that. Snakebite hit both players. Forced to get some more value on this side. You can't die here, but both of them fall. A half wall that's served full for the side of EG.
Last round in the half.
Just unreal mechs coming from these 3. And that's the potential that comes out of each of these individuals. That was what made this team so scary coming into the split, is that every individual felt like a threat on their own. And yet, this team is so much better than the sum of its parts. When that synergy actually collides with this insane fight power, then you're really able to get over the hump. NRGA have one last chance. B-Dog now on the Odin instead of the Op. I like this response to the screen. Don't even bother with the opener. Get some free damage before you go for the full-blown fight, and all the while, waste some time while you're at it. Some util too, swinging from Renz. No good. Keep it going. Try again. Heyo will with the knives after getting the kill on the Darkest, and now dry peeking out of the smoke. Bad idea. The trade is there, though, and Shondex will once again meet his own. B-Dog still active, still ready, still looking on the post. 3v2.
Odin's, Vandals, knives. Guy's got a collection right now in this round. Rico able to scale up on the right side as well. Hale was all just too much so predictable, trying to save things as a hero. There's got to be somebody else on the team. He's who could own this map right now, who could just swat down a fly. The knives will get stopped from the sky. I can't believe it. Giza, what is this? Also activating. Yes, we remember the protagonist of the last round, but who was a sidekick the entire time in Haven? It was Giza, who was right up there with those kills, almost close to 30. I mean, you got to respect that level of prowess as well. And he finally activates towards the end to have these guys win another round. I mean, the solo play now from NRG, it's really piquing them to stay close in the competition.
Just that extra chunk of slowdown coming from those two, Giza and Ange. Even those minimal resets on a site like this, so strong. Those A's are gone. Now you got to hold it down to start. Remain as dynamic as EG tried to be. Getting juked out from site to site. B turning out to be the favorite for both ends as it appears here. As the pistol attack will go the way of where Renz and Ange are holding it down.
Flash coming in. Ange going to be layered back with a paranoia as well. Now a lot of their burst is gone. It's all about positioning and the way they trade. Moves is able to get that positioning locked in, and the way they trade is going to be as a collective. A pincer, a claw on site, even a dash can't stop the pressure as it comes through from Pillar as well. The protocols again from EG looking beautiful for their composition.
This is just a great way to manage the pacing, using all of that util to block out whatever defenders are on the site, corner them away, take the initial space, and then when your lurker gets that opening kill, when you see the rotation, then you burst onto the people that are actually holding site. And EG are allowed to get so much more aggressive because they were able to creep up so much more. Shondex won't get a kill on the way down, so yeah, great protocols to start out for this attack half, and I mean, you have a million more you can choose from going from here.
Every kill in that round was, I believe, to the side of a head, which means that EG were just playing in a way where every single player is activating another player, and that is beautiful for attack. It's something that's even harder to achieve at the tier 1 pro level. That strat was amazing. Be so noisy in main that moves gets an angle. Have people second guess things on site and try to link up because tunnel's not safe. You're able to dive bomb on them from pillar, and then afterwards have that back pillar to left side crunch as well to play off my off angle. I mean, everything from EG is just perfect on the post. They have to continue this though. They cannot let this momentum slide down, just like Hale is on the map. Jakey, very important position, and he gets solved by a right click.
Yeah, Ange now have a complete control over that. EG have to really pump the gas up on whatever they go for. It looks like it's going to be A, but Giza's so prepped for this, and on the smoke screen coming up, he taps another head.
Team that gambles just keeps on winning, man. It's crazy. Recoil slowed down, just trying to get something out of NRG. Will they overpeak again? Do they have another chance to maybe put their egos on the line? And they have 4 players on this site patiently waiting to see who could peak first. Here comes the whack-a-mole, and they absolutely don't even have anything resembling a high score. They're the ones getting solved. The Moles are fighting back right now.
It's a screen to put people where Giza just died, so now you have, again, infinite angles you have to pay attention to when this goes back down. But that's just in time for Move's own screen to come up, so he'll split it back in half. They're now got 3 ahead of it with 1 on the lag, and the spray down is only good for the 1 for Darkest. Move stunned by the relay bolt and can't reset onto the 2-piece. And a huge round stolen away by NRG Academy. A little bit of guessing right, a little bit of shooting better.
So much better. I mean, straight through the screen. I think that kill with Giza was the most important one. That actually ends up giving them the biggest leg up in the round. It's a kill that I didn't even get to see, but the timing for him so far has been huge. And I feel like it's one of the things that both NRG and EG were trying to do in that last match as well. Biggest thing for EG in this game is that they've been kind of doing some anti-neon smoke sprays. So, you know, it's even. It's been going both ways. The luck is being shared. Fast B push on the plate, but just like EG was moving to them. Heo is taking the space, baiting them to get aggressive as well. Paranoia not really landing at pillar fast enough. And as a result, the rest of EG and the Seco are completely slowed down to a halt.
Yeah, more than happy to keep on going for that, to just drive a nail into that B approach. You're just so easily stopped by losing one there out the gate. Feels like, yeah, you just try and play for yours, and that shouldn't take long for NRG to make quick work of that Outlaw already picking up some really decent engagement. And so NRG lessening the gap now to 7-8. Vile come back up for EGA. WinCon's on the board again. I'm paying attention to Darkest. You have to get so much usage out of each of these birds, both intel and a way for a player to get in. It's got to enable every single time. Otherwise, you're fighting a losing battle before you even fight a battle.
That's tough. That's not a good situation to be in. And I think right now, for situation into Ange, he's just not ready. Ren's has to do this by himself. No link, no play. Just a slide and spray, and it's not going to go his way. But at the same time, enough damage I feel like has been done by the defense side at a last second from Renz. It's suddenly a 3v3. NRG Academy have a way to get back into this one. It's all about what happens on the flank here. Giza has found a way through elbow. Rico not even considering the main flank, and it's here now. Jakey wondering, drone being popped. He lets him hit the -400 before he goes down. It's such a strange round between these teams.
Nobody considering where either of these Sovas were, and Recoil's been in that spot so often already. Same with moves. Before he can get the plant down, Recoil wins that one too. Well, now can get the drone out to confirm Heyore's position, so now you can stick the spike, reset your 2v1. Opportunities NRG should have totally had for this round, just dwindling, fading away, and Recoil gets 3 for his troubles there.
Nice slippery. Saw it in the last game as well. That's a really fun time, just hitting those strafes, getting some really nice movement inside these fights. And as a result, is able to keep taking more over and over again. NRG Academy Ren's just doing the most to be able to actually have a chance for the team to win the round. But again, those flanks, those pockets, the angles, the Havasova, he's so far back, no drone used yet either. I understand. I think the read attempt from NRG, unfortunately, is just not enough. KO. Sky Flash, lots of util to deal with, and there's, again, no link on the defensive side. You can see the difference right now between these teams. EG really locking it down together as a unit, always 2 people figuring out one problem. NRG always needs a hero to kind of pick up and save the round. This time, though, no spotlight in the sky. It's overcast for NRG. EG have another free one on the board.
Yeah. Placing those two so stilted out. Again, it's like the overconfidence in specific players to heat up in those reactionary moments is what has literally won North American teams championships, and yet it is so volatile. And that time around, it got NRG Academy Rube Goldberg just dominoing down. And that is the power that you have with this pack fight that EG Academy are just so good at. There's always a follow-up. There's always a buddy system. There's always someone available to care.
Both teams still have a lot in the tank left for this one, though. It's just this initial brawl that's really deciding, I think, most of the round, right? Like, the first point of contact is resulting in like 2 or 3 kills. Sometimes the lurk as well happening on pistol, where the death actually occurs. If it's top elbow, it just gives away so much information as what the rest of the team wants to do. Breeze is just one of those maps where you have to be locked in with a game plan. It's so hard to just solo win. You can perform, but to win off the solo play, I mean, even some of the best players in the entire world aren't able to put that 13th round on the board. A attack this time from EG. Nobody on elbow for the moment. It will be a 5-man flood coming through. 4 as one stays over at window. Duel's already jumping straight into sight. The knives are gonna miss. They're too dull. And the trays are gonna get denied as well. Trailblazer taking a bite. Not enough damage. Giza getting some value there. And this time EG not connected in the push.
Spike down B.
I don't know how B-Dog didn't spot Ange there, but managed to get away from that opening sight line. Still turns around into him as he's firing knives and shuts that down. At that point, rest of NRG's here, and now you're walking into the triple peak, camping this spike, puppy guarding it. I'm trying to read, see if Ange takes the far angle. Yeah, I mean, that just fell apart off of pure minimum sight control. Just
Yeah. I mean, it's
tucking in and hoping for the best. Like,
yeah, you got two things on the board right now, right? You have a team that's kind of operating. I like to say it like a clock. When people have a system, every gear needs to be going the right way, or the clock you own is going to tell the wrong time. It's going to be useless to you, right? So right there, you have one person diving in, nobody there to help him, and the knives miss as well. It's tough for EG. Clock tells the wrong time, completely useless and bad for you on the round. On the other side for NRG Academy, you've got an 8-ball, right? Yeah, sometimes it might tell you your day's going bad, but you're expecting some level of disappointment from the team if somebody needs to show up every single round. Thing is, somebody will at some point. It's just how often can it happen? Here it comes from Giza. Let's find two players. Darkest though has that heal. Could get beat up, but Hayode is there to link up with him. This time the 8-ball says, yes, this might be a very successful round on the defense. Equal damage done on the other side from recoil, but moves in on the angle. And here comes those gears shifting on the clock face, able to tell that it's time for EG to have an advantage in this round. 4v4, but the NRG players sent scattering back to B as they've overinvested into A. Viper Spit gets put down, they get called back. Darkest still on this lurk. They're right on the tip of the pit though, looking to see if they can find any value skeetering in and out of the smoke. It's trouble along sides. Jakey heists the spike away. Cosmic Divide on the back as well. Recoil's checking for any type of value. It's chaos on all sides. The dive comes in. Jakey is ready, and so is Moves.
Moves single-handedly selling so much of the bluff for that round. Singular control, and NRG not even turning to him after he got that opening pick, so convinced that the push was not coming. And then EG turn it up even before that screen goes up. So much confidence in Moves to hold his own for those crucial couple seconds, and damn it he does. But Ange still standing until Jakey re-extends and gets his third for the round after the double duel is shut down. NRGA coming in guns blazing, but they fall flat in instants.
So many layers put up for EG Academy. A counter towards the Cosmic Divide greed, a counter for the Viper Spit aggression as well from the other team. The clock is ticking, and we're almost out of numbers to put on the face of it now. 11 o'clock for EG. They're looking for 13. They're looking to leave that face. NRG Academy, can they link together enough talented rounds, enough picks, enough parts of interruption in EG's process? It doesn't seem like it with Breeze. It's just so hard to do on the map.
Clock analogy really does go hard.
It does.
If you let him get to 13, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, time's up, and I mean, we're on the precipice of it now. Look at the economy from NRG Academy. This is their all in. One more wrong round. They've got economy. They've got those gears on EG really shifting properly now, and they're looking towards the A site. Just one person to hold it. Usually, if this was EG's defense, they'd have 3 players here. They have Heyo on a line with Shondex, but they just have the Viper alone. Finally, Giza comes in, but no Hunter's Fury this time. He has to get close. Smoke spam. Not gonna go his way. His special move actually does work out as Shondex steals it. And is that enough to win the round?
BP in from Jakey, trying to get active on top of the flash out. Good for the opening 2. And has space to spare with Heyo still trying to field out the flank space. Moves has now gotten fully in front of it. This backstab could be crucial if EG doesn't waste any more time.
Friends has one opportunity with the overdrive. He has to pick carefully past that just to bandit.
Fast lane available too to try to switch up. Juke these members out. Once again, very standard positions. You know where Moves is gonna hang out.
Spike not down yet, so they have so much time. Hale starts it off.
Not ready at all for it. Now they can be, and the overdrive popping out at the same time, trying to fully sandwich this. The 2-stack on the boxes is survived by Jakey, not for long. Ange now exposed. Heyo in the cloud burst. Moves, picks that up, but still has to 1v1, and the screen will at the very least slow Ange down for a microsecond, but on top of the own smoke, the onus is on Moves, but the reset off of the fadeaway, the reposition to the pyramids, lands him the clutch, and the game point for EGA.
Clock strikes 12. It's a Cinderella moment for EG. They're at the ball right now, and all they have to do is dance towards the end. No economy really left for the side of NRG. They've got Giza on a sheriff, half armor on half their players. The utility for Ange should be so expensive. You should maybe just have a Stinger or a, I don't know, Spectre to be able to play the round. Yeah, there it is. And for everybody else, Ultimates are coming back online. They have some space to work with. They have the time, but they want to leave the race for now. It's all about where EG choose this angle. Aggression from NRG Academy. It's desperation and a nice line, I think, held across everywhere on the map for EG Academy. They're actually moving it up a little bit, very fast through mid. Elbow control there, though, and Jakey has a test to maybe respond to as he's kind of far away from his team.
Yeah, ways away. Just seeing that contingency. Moobs winning the fight against Giza mad early for that next peak. And all of a sudden, this 2-stack on NRGA is hella suffocated. Now they gotta swing it. Natural order of things. Ange landing one with the Stinger, dumps the mag. Guardian still active for Renz, lands the second, and ready for Moobs. No, he's not. Now he can be, but not landing it. And Hey O'Day having to clutch it up in the 1v2.
Hero wants to stay on the clock, wants to keep doing his job, and will catch the read for the rotate coming into the right side. Very literate in this one. At the same time, can he change the book to a movie moment? Heyo off the smoke with the spray. And I get one. And a chance of position for the second. Jakey ice cold with the read and the spray. It's just not going to be there on the jump up. Another round and a chance for NRG to breathe in Breeze.
Lightning fast reflexes while sticking it down, trying to hold for the half and still winning that last bout. The re-invasion netting Hey O'Day another clutch, another clip for the day, and another chance to reset things after EGA picked that last defense apart like mincemeat. Again, they didn't give a care about elbow. They just went for everything else in one.
Absolutely, and the biggest thing too, the mental and the physical aspect of this game as well. They put everything on the line there, EG. They were ready to win the game entirely. Their economy was tested as well. You look at them now, Sheriffs and Outlaw and Store. Do they have what it takes to push this over the finish line now as NRG starts to get a second win?
How long do they hang around this pit? The insert still has the spike in tow. Try and sell the mid presence?
Yeah, the one thing NRG's been doing is they always send Giza back over towards this A site. I think EG's finally realized this, so they're starting off at A maybe, not giving too much information on the B side, waiting for that first defensive rotation, and then starting to make their move. Now, maybe they want everybody on this side, maybe they want to counter that pit. Yes, look at the amount of protection it offers you over in main. Look at the gap that's left in mid, though. 2 players on it, no, 3 from the side of EG. Lesser weapons, here comes the heist. Oceans of damage and pressure at the same time solved by Shondex. They own A for the moment. TP in, though. The aggression is insane. Did you hear it? Jakey, the play is made, and the doors are open in a 2v2 for EG.
That is impossibly nasty work by Jakey to get the spike back and the distance to create that snake pit fight. And now the Cosmic Divide in reaction from Ange has to save it now, but B-Dog so far ahead of it. The timing, though, is crucial. Oh, he thinks B-Dog's gonna over-aggress too.
No way, just no way. The shots are gonna be there. Caught on this astral line, Jakey has solved the round once to get it started. Can he put the finish? The nail in the coffin. It's up to him. Surrounded, not really. Both pressures coming from the same side. The micro positional adjustment is not enough. It's going to be too good when Hailday's alive. NRG have their best chance. It's a full moon for them, and they're howling for the moment right now. 12-10, sent it up into double digits.
Against the Ego, it was just enough of everything from NRG Academy, just enough of a pick from the bridge from Giza, just enough gatekeeping available from Shondex's pit, just enough time to make it a 2-man swing against Jakey in the anti-clutch. You cannot escape on the margins against the eco rounds as now the guns and the wind guns come crawling back. Moves one orb out from that pit that he can set up himself. And that A site is looking nice and juicy after EG managed to almost crack it open last time.
They'll try for it. So that first line is going to be top hail on those knives. One of the most dangerous things. Here comes everything, though. Shondex with another smoke spam, ready to take it ham. Special move, the readjustment from Heyo. Dash to get back, immediate 3v5. This should be going 12-11. These immediate trades are just going towards NRG's side.
Not checking the second he gets in front of it. You hear the tailwind there too. You know he could be God knows where. That's stranded, and Jakey doesn't have any TPs in the kit now. You have no clear way to get this.
Biggest thing between these teams, that lurk is able to offer them a bit of insurance on the map, and since it is an all-in a 5-man stack play, I mean the pressure is rising, and the cohesion from EG, all the links, all the red lines, the theories they had are just getting completely debunked right now on the bulletin board. It's tough when it comes to ideas for the team. It feels like they just want to end the game right now and trade back and forth again by force on this A side. NRGA Academy ready for it. That's their specialty. Put their players in that play against 2 on an off angle. They'll find you both kills or a 1 and a little bit every time. That's not what you want from EG side. They'll try to go for the save because, again, you look at their economy, nobody can really afford anything. Next round might have a very slow one with B-Dog needing those knives active. Might be an orb to orb situation. There's so much set up here, and maybe even an op on the horizon for the side of NRG Academy. 10 seconds guaranteed, going for a save, and I feel like NRG Academy might jump into this one and deny these rifles. Jakey, you have to live here. Right click not gonna hit. Nobody trying to take that mega dive towards the end. Renz will peek. The chaos, the crazy guy, but he has enough of a buy in the final round of regulation. It's all about, do we win or do we go overtime?
Yeah, they can maintain for this last round. Not as much behind them when it comes to the ultis, though. So, yeah, it's got to be a little bit of guessing right again. But, I mean, that was such a strict silencer. Wow. Man, they really want to get all their ducks in a row here.
I want to talk about why. Usually there's a lot of ultimates to be able to use. Usually there might be an operator and the coach has an easy way to win the round. And a lot of the times, this final timeout, regardless of the score, comes from the attacking side. There's an execute you can do to win you the round. Here's my special play I know the team can run. I'm seeing both setups. From defense, though, I really haven't seen a defensive 12-11 off a win timeout. You're kind of putting your own players on ice. There's not much you can do. Breeze is not really make a defensive play map like Fracture or Haven with a crunch, and a lot of the times you need ultimates anyways. This is one of the most interesting, like, I don't know, Ang level team liquid timeouts that might curse your team instead of helping them.
I feel like if anything, it's to just remind them to not fall into those bad habits of peeking too far in without the extra connector.
Give me bad habits. The bad habits are winning them these rounds. The over peaks, the flashy plays.
Not without somebody behind you. If you're over ISO, then you're so screwed. Heo has always had that buddy right behind him, the same way EG did to get their rounds. Making sure that remains true for the round where you could want to go the most fringe. You do want to steal the most stupid ideas.
The adjustment here right now is getting Heo that op, and yes, putting it on the other side of the map. So Renz is here for the first time with Sean Dex. It's a bit of a switch up entirely, and this timeout has also slowed things down for EG entirely. They're going really fast, and again, want to own these orbs. Sean Dex challenges with the one-way, and that might be the gate to overtime.
Feels like a mile he had to walk just to get that peek on the one-way, dude. I felt like it was in slow motion where somebody else could have peeked it.
And with that much control on the other side, knowing there's more stars in play, they're now being herded into the operator. This is why the timeout was called. It's going exactly the way NRG are planning it out. It's all on Heo now to land the shot. There will be smokes in tow. There will be B-Dog flying in the sky. Is there greed, though, to get onto the angle? Do they expect the op to make an appearance? Cloud comes in. I think it's going to be put down immediately, though, to catch somebody on the timing. Cloud burst, Paranoia, amazing. And that does cancel out Heo. Day-Edge, though, is going to get double the value. A 2-for-1. And a round that might send it over to OT. It's a 2v5 for EG.
Same spot again. Just farming, and then it's, hey, who else to finish it and take us to OT?
Flawless.
Switching sides.
The first of which we've seen this game, I think.
In a round like this, look at it. Sean next with the aggression. NRG just knew. An amazing timeout call, an amazing adjustment across the entire board. But it's EG now back to, I think, their strong side, right? And although they did have some good attack protocols as well, their defensive connection, the chain link across the entire map, if you try to solve one player, two kind of jump at you like a Hydra's head. NRG could not really figure it out on this side past, individual excellence, but I feel like that's what it was on both sides right now. They'll approach mid, which is somewhat less discovered and kind of, I think, trailed by them on the attacking side that they had previously. And that might make the difference. An ace split with both duelists coming through those doors hella fast.
You haven't seen a lot of recycling this pinch from either side yet. Feels like it still could get some value, but B-Dog, that high ground hasn't been used much yet either. Clocked by the drone, the crunch is inevitable. How much does he get on the way down? He'll dive into the cave and try to go for more, and he'll succeed with the help of the smoke setup at the perfect time by Jakey. He's got 3 on the round, and giving EG another ticket to this game point. Surely if Shondex doesn't recover it. Oh, come on, B-Dog, come on. Come on, come on, come on, Shondex! You can't be doing these kinds of things! Spike on an island, Pit in his hands, 59 seconds to go. A desert between him and the opposing Viper.
Oh, he's got time. He's got way more than enough time, and a fumble from all players. A timing not taken, and an ace denied by Moves. Chaos on Breeze. They tumble, they fall. It is just not enough. The pressure too high. NRG left to dry. Okay, things are fine for now. Back to the strong side from one of these other teams. Look at this real quick. Hero missed. The jump as well. The second player.
Hello?
It's just too much. What is going on? Okay, it's all on the line again. EG strong side won their attack. It hasn't been too good in connection. They don't have the same level of cohesion on this side. Shondex, these back pyramid angles have been stopping them in their tracks every single time. Very creative wall also to deny their ace space coming through defensively. It's going to be tough even to split. If this wall goes up, it stops everybody in their tracks.
Instant pacemaker. NRG quick to try to control the other half of the side.
Oh my God, look at this. Look at the absolute courage here from Moobs. Moving all the way closer through the map. I'm not sure if Hairday is going to be able to see him. There it is, lining up. That might be the round solved again. They're pressured to go out. That wall not going to come up immediately. He's there to spam past it. B-Dog is going to be able to find a gap in the angle. Yellow is the only option now. Ange going to see the updraft. B-Dog is overwhelming, and so are the chances for this win. Heyo, the hero, still alive, but no sidekick to be able to help him in this one. The force just too overwhelming. This might not be the hero story this time. They'll move forward, everybody active on yellow. The individual angles will not be there as EG do find their map on Breeze.
It's individual prowess to the nth degree when overtime hits the fan. Just let B-Dog run wild, get him as much space as he can, and he'll come through. He sure as hell did in those last 2 rounds to end this map and take us to 3. The Academy duel, once again, proven to be a banger.
Well, folks, it all comes down to this. Will it be NRG Academy or Evil Geniuses Academy to continue their elimination or continue their lower bracket run and stave off elimination? I'm gonna send over to your casters, Shio and Tenrek.
Let's get straight to it. A bloodbath between these two teams so far, and different types of stories on each map as well. What is clear though, Tenrek, is I think either team today deserves that win. They're both fighting really hard.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you can tell they both want it desperately. They want to prove just how good and how well developed they are. Evil Geniuses Academy, with this momentum coming off a Breeze, I find it so interesting that they run a deadlock composition on Split and not here. And Darkest is pretty proficient. You'd think he could get a lot out of that gimmick, but going for the KO instead. Also a pretty common pick for him. Just as solid.
Yeah, I think for EG right now, they've got that tried and tested, just, solved comp coming in on the attack side. They have experience, as the Des was talking about, on this map as well. Meanwhile, the talent is on NRG's side. The experience might not be there as much so on the map and officials. So it's really cool to see them go for the newer meta wave here as well. Some exploration from the side of the defense. Lots of space gained in mid, but their extremities are weak right now. On pistol, it really is decisive on a center how you dictate the pace. Giza finding some relief of pressure over in B main, but the solution of Heode might just solve the entire round for AG here on attack. It's about this dive coming in from heaven. Isn't enough to really gain control. I'm going to say no for now. Lots of bodies on all sides, and the shots are not missing from the side of EG for the moment. They're just a bit too strong.
Yeah, and it's exactly the kind of thing you expect from EG Academy, and yet the coverage is just too solid. The second that they reach that, the second that they read that Ange is alone on that opening A watch, which he will be a good number of times to start this out, the second they can just gun it down. And with moves on that lurk, obviously he's going to get active. He's going to be able to distract one, but he can't be as active at lurk watch. So placing recoil that much farther behind to prepare for Heyo Day to speed things up on one of the few rounds he can. It's just endless preparation for a round that they've probably rehearsed a million times, goes off without a hitch.
Yeah, and they're gonna have so many layers at the same time. Moves gonna be on the lurk. You don't always have the same amount of initiators, you know, going there with a hit as well. You just saw that super lurk coming in from recoil, like Kendrick was talking about. And on a round like this again, yeah, you can send knives in across the map, darts at the same time, really sell what's happening over at B, and then take the A space. Moves solo with a ghost. They get no value, and they discover where the stack is. So textbook round over here to deny the eco any value. We jump right in again. Sacrificial Lamb is the sentinel as the rest of the team dives onto A.
They're more prepared for recoil this time because he did give himself away with that util to sell the stack a little heavier, but that just means he can distract a little longer too, and so that'll just guarantee the round that much more.
There is no treasure on the side of recoil either. Just has a sheriff. You take him down, what do you get? And I'm loving the fact that Jakey's proactive enough to link up with his teammate again. The paths that they connect amongst themselves, EG, it's continuing over from Breeze and Haven. What we saw in Haven, it kind of disappeared towards the end. The talent from NRG was just a bit too strong. The speed of Darkest now is on display. A player so far in this best of 3 who hasn't really shown up like he has before in multiple matches. This might be the map.
That one way on A is so strong with EGA's comp as well. If they can farm it on the attack as well as the defense, they're going to be able to get a lot more space for free. Man, yeah, shout out Moves getting that pick on the Ghost too on his lurk. Again, you know he's going to be doing it. He had a little bit of extra help, which may have thrown them off a little bit, but even still, so much power behind it, and he's going to do it again, and this time, it'll be Jakey babysitting.
Gotta get some value here on this round on the side of EG, and NRG want to make this one perfect. That being said, you look at some of the stuff they have on their side, you know, double duelist, it's going to be a bit tough to not get scrappy and keep things cohesive. At the same time, so many pistols used in the last round. The FBX level buy that we've been seeing for seasons upon seasons allows EG to actually get back up into this one with some rifles. So it's going to be even across the board. This bonus looking really strong from the attacking side.
Already reading this pretty heavy A presence, but they haven't lost anything, and so they'll keep intimidating until they can drain the well a little bit more. Making sure nobody else peeks on early through B main either. Looks like Renz isn't going to chomp the bitches yet.
Pretty good passive line all across the board. The peek into B main over and over again from Renz is making the biggest difference right now in actually holding everybody down on a line across the entire map. If Renz goes or gets pressured a bit too heavily, this entire setup for NRG Academy will break down. Middle challenged with a few shocks itself, I feel like, and yes, after that, I think all the Cypher utils down, so they have no pressure, no actual structure to stay alive. The shots, though, are also not there from the side of EG, but A is not their target. It's a fake.
They've been able to get B pretty much scot-free. Heyo Day can at least police the backside, but can't go any farther than that. And as that KO body will fade, it'll turn to a 3v3, but a post-plant of one with recoil already manning down mid. Making a way back, yeah, timing isn't as great, but now you have to watch that extra sight line on the way in for the actual push, but down the stairs they'll go. Here to this early, Jakey extending from the boxes, has the peek on top of the boathouse, and it's all shuffled back. Ange, though, getting behind it, in between the last two. EG can turn back to it, and Giza stands alone. Yeah, such a tough cross. Only a matter of time, surely. Yeah, only can turn to the one. Too many resources. And a 1-2 punch quickly turns into an uppercut of a bonus steal from EG on top of a better buy.
I mean, a knockout here very soon if things go the same way as they did on Haven. It feels like it's just an opponent that can't really swing back or defend itself. You know what I mean? Like, NRG Academy, they're not having the best lines across the map, and one KO knife, you know, 0 point, you just see the entire Cypher utility break down across the map. They're actually trying to counter it too. That Cypher on A, all his util on B, expecting something like the null command of the 0 point to come through. And yeah, Darkest, he got so many kills. He lets that ultimate rain, and the rest of the team is there on B. It's almost like an anti-Cypher strat. It's amazing from EG to have that one cooked up. They understand where these trips might be as well, so they solve them very fast. This time, though, the difference is they don't have moves walking in and figuring out where the stack is defensively, right? So they have a few more mysteries to solve here before they get the grand prize of the win. Some punishment on the orb, not going to find it there from Recoil. But again, so much control, so many angles online for EG all across the map.
Still trying to minimize the rationing of resources here. Ren's the only one watching initially from the mid push that is now going to be fully realized after the reset. Dark is going to be the first to peek and first to take it. They keep wanting to feed him the most orbs so he can reset that null command.
Though half HP, that should be a nice bait to kill as well. The 3K, close range, have to reload, gets it off. Cloudburst, dash back, Recoil, there with the trade.
Enemy tagged.
Just two standing, B-Dog caught by the drone, Dart recoil, better timing for Shondex is running back, but Ren standing below turns it to a 3v1. This of all rounds for NRGA to take, and Recoil way too much to peek into. Hell of a thrifty to get NRGA back in the game.
Yeah, they got a Bermuda Triangle kind of set up around the spike there, and the ship that NRG are piloting is just staying above water for the moment. Other side is the shipwreck of an entry for EG. Nobody considering the B main space that, again, is so important for NRG to hold on to. Right, the first round, you had Ren's kind of double peeking into that entire side, giving them the hold across the map. And in this one, heyo, maximum value. Knives online, scope in tow, and EG's economy has been fully reset.
Yeah, can't forget about him from now on. The sniper, a consistent factor as long as EG are losing on eco.
Cage triggered.
Moves consistent as ever, though, toying with the B sight lines, seeing who takes the bait, however much it has behind it. Jump through the smoke here, big insert onto tree. Hayode will find the one. Moobs will eventually trade it out and maintain that presence. The neural theft gonna have that ace stack eventually pinched. Fragment to facilitate the swing. Recoils in a tough spot right now, but now B-Dog able to activate the full pinch. Ange into the paranoia to reset. Can only get the one. B-Dog turns back and holds it down, but Ren's from on high now with company. Takes down the spike in the stack. Likely the chances of the round.
You could almost get away with the heist. We saw on this side of things, Moves kind of running away, trying to get towards the B side because Neural Theft has seen that everybody's rotating over to this side. Now the challenge is in front of him. It's not even about the spike. He knows he has to get both kills, understands that there is a setup on this side, but he has the chance to maybe juke out, be at door. It's all about the communication he's using without giving away information, slicing open the pie. Guardian is not going to be able to save the round.
And another great step up from NRG to keep that fight held down at the door.
Blinding.
Some good ideas coming from the attack. Again, you saw that shuffle system come into play. Always someone watching, breathing down your neck. But the response time is just too good. The pivot is too quick. And again, that conga line with especially the worst guns just looks so weak when it's not fully seen through. Big B stack to start this next round, Shio. On top of the site for Util. Where's that knife going? Oh, nowhere decent.
Not going to stop any defensive utility. Not going to take the Hunter's Fury offline for the next 7 seconds. And I think Renz is playing in a spot where he can actually back up and start to rail down that lightning. But at the same time, he's in such a good spot for this dart as well. So looking like disaster ready to strike here for the side of EG. But they are calling something a little bit different now. They've pushed back into spawn. They've left B-Dog over here. And it's actually a very creative decision. I'm not sure if it works out, though. B-Dog is one of the only people that can kind of cheat space, break those crosshairs past just flashes for the side of EG. Wherever they're going, maybe it's a split. It's crazy to leave B-Dog alone.
So they're trying to sell the insert for Sova here, but it's moves again, so you still have that recon bolt available for the actual take. Shoot the trap wire down just to feign it, so NRG shift the weight over. And now the Hunter's Fury to try to chase down the site presence after the bolt catches Shondex, but it's missing. And Renz catches B-Dog on his own entry. NRG have this site fully locked down as they plan to from the beginning of it. Darkest with the flash in, gets some space, but not nearly enough of it. And NRG can clear most of the house. Darkest now standing on his own, right into Hayode's blades. And we're tied up at 3.
That is just amazing from NRG Academy to lock things down. A full read of the round goes completely their way. Yes, they don't have market. Yes, they might not have control of B main, but getting back into sight, they're not as pressured from losing what is half of their ship. of defense, right? They're planning on kind of burning their own home behind them and not letting EG have any usefulness from taking that portion inside of the map. So really good for them to kind of play way deep into their sight lines and into their, you know, sights themselves. The thing is, if you go for that gamble and the enemy team rotates, it's very hard for you to keep up in that round. Amazing explosiveness, passion, and aggression from the side of EG. B-Dog finding value, jumping over the paranoia and the smoke, surfing across every sight line. He keeps pushing forward. He's going to be able to try to find more, hiding in his own cloudburst. The pop-up will be there. I can sense and smell the aggression, but it's tempered. Perfect, actually, for B-Dog to slow down.
No wind available again to reset the fight, and he'll stay disciplined now with the buddy system activated. Giza looking for this lurker. Where could he be? Not in view just yet. Waiting for the perfect time. NRG's only time to activate, and they will. Heyo from on high on the operator. Op shot is all they'll get. Into the bandit too. He'll re-swing just to try to hold on to this, but it's a thrifty going EGA's way after they mow down the A site.
Yeah, they get NRG to mirror them in the way they've been kind of slowly taking over the map, and then they shatter that mirror with 5 knives, 3 of them connecting the heads on the NRG players. The rest of the team with the lurks as well still have that essence of old control, but I'm liking the pace change, at least on the eco. That's a threat now to the defense. How do they adapt to be able to control that, but at the same time keep the lead they had before in some of these rifle to rifle rounds? Ooh, look at this, 2 scopes on both sides. So the jet off, the 1v1 is here to play. Cat versus top mid, no value really on either side. It's going to be a dud for now. We'll see if they push up and get more value afterwards. A main being an angle is huge. Here comes the scope, actually. Maybe connecting on both sides. This is huge. We're not sure if the barrel's peeking over. It's not.
Yeah.
A walk down. B-Dog, if he checks, it's Heyo solved. Score is 1-0 on the scope to scope play, and that might just have cracked the round open, ready to eat for EG.
The one thing that they knew they could prepare for by completely cutting the noise, and Hayode takes the bait so fast. It's just hitting a minute now with the 5v4. NRGA can sink their teeth into mid-heavy while still having this A maintenance.
That being said, the last time they lost mid entirely, they backed up into their sights. This time they challenge, and now the disruption of patterns, the actual aggression on their own gameplay is actually proving so many dividends. CPing across, Ange pulls out a page out of Jakey's book. Rance is going to be able to get active and support him as well, but as this is happening, the Heist has already taken over the site. It's lost a few of its thievery members here on the side of EG. Can they do this with less men for the job?
It's got to be on Shondex to open it up from the top. He's the one with the opening util.
Oh, Jakey, devious angle all the way up top. It's the timing on the dark cover. Shondex is waiting for it to fall. Giza might just throw in, and they're waiting for that flash to come in. 2 angles from Jakey dodged. Ange will open things up as Darkest falls. 2v4 now. And Jakey in hell, it's a tough angle to solve. He'll get the first access to each and every fight. Dodging one, failing the other. And B-Dog does not have enough fire rate nor bullets to handle what's going on for the rest of the site now. A nice patient take from NRGA Academy, wading through that smoke, playing on their time, and staying toe-to-toe with EG's pace.
When the cavalry makes it to the site in time, you really only need 3 or 4 reliable, especially when you know Moobs is lurking 9 times out of 10. You know that that Cypher util is not going to be nearly as active as your own can be, and you can see Giz is more than willing to just toss that camera wire out to get somebody off of the space. They've cleared heaven a good couple times just off of that. They saved a curveball from Shondex because of it. Massive way to get yourself in and minimize the damage taken. Now that economy's starting to build up for NRG Academy slowly but surely.
Biggest thing as well is they're making these rounds happen by getting first blooded, I think, most of the time as well. Cheeky walk down from Moobs too, but Heyo hasn't had some of these rounds go the best for his way. The team is still locking things down defensively, though, actually looking a bit more locked together than EG, which is crazy. If you think about how the rest of the series has gone, it's been the opposite so far. Oh, no way, there's no punish.
Wow. Yeah.
Heyo was waiting for that. He had the read, but now has been pushed off. No Cypher cages available either, so gotta be careful on this one. Both duelists still kind of hand in hand. Cat to bottom mid on an island as Moobs by himself, still exploring this. I mean, the danger zones, the levels are increasing. Right now, the read from Heyo is a punish on Cat, but Moobs will challenge this. The clear, waiting for more, not discovered, and that's a lot of info for Heo. He even sees the omen. It's huge. Jakey discovered. The rest of the B. Renz is waiting for the Conga line to come in on, and everyone from backside is activated as well. Giza is ready to go. It's a Jenga tower falling for the side of EG. It's toppling. Recoil is trying to keep the motion from crazy crashing down onto the ground. No shocks to be able to get him off the angle. The right click is there. The tower structure is held for now, as the team has a chance in the 2v3.
When the op held by B-Dog just might come to bite. NRGA
Skip
in the
it.
back. Blaze gets 2 in. Just waiting for Hayode to eventually make his way in, but Shondex has already gotten the kill on a recoil. It's got to be this operator, all or nothing, and he spotted the barrel, surely, right? Past Angie goes into the 1v1 against Shondex, gets the reset, but not the shot landing, and surely that's it, it is! And stands alone to get the defuse for NRG Academy. And again, the writing is on the wall, and yet it is still so close by the end times. Keeping it entertaining, but still NRG's way.
I think even seeing the barrel trying to skip it, not sure if the res was a certain way or just perfect timing there for the side of EG. B-Dog though, gotta land that shot. I mean, you were given the opportunity there. Unfortunately, gets the harder one locked down. It's the pressure sometimes that gets to you. Unfortunate towards the very end. Up now just on the side of NRG Academy. Have an Odin rocking through as well. To run it back is going to be a problem for Shondex. The retakes so far for NRG Academy have been absolutely amazing.
Look at Shondex playing from this back end of the site, ready with this run it back to play for the pack fight that EG know they have to have quick, and Shondex gets 2 for his troubles. Off rip! Spray through to try to trade out against the Odin, which Renz gives away pretty damn easily, so it ends up being a 4v3 with EG taking some space. But Giza's still sitting on the side, and another flash lands Shondex another kill. Moves, though. Insertion, once again, not accounted for at a critical point to net him an easy 2. And it's even Stevens as the neural theft gets launched up, but moves again, giving himself away. 5 HP, but he stands tall. The reset, though, lands Giza an easy viewage into the last 2. And again, it's so messy, so fun to watch, but so advantaged towards NRG Academy by the end of it.
Call the janitor. Call in all your friends while they're leaving the party or something. We gotta clean up this game right now. It is, as we said, Tenra, getting way too messy over and over again in these rounds. The level of fighting too, the whiffage on either side, it's not really representative of the rest of the match we've been watching so far. Yes, some rounds get chaotic, but the mess that is being created by both teams for the moment, it's really, I feel like they want to win right now. It's breaking apart protocols. It's getting really active. Watching both members reach back sight. 50-50 splits that you can't even flip for. That's just tough for B-Dog. Hero play going forward. Jakey's able to escape the fray. Double drop down at the same time everyone's scanned. It's an AC 130 above Hayode. Tossing knives down. Raising the ground. And this time, oh my god, that move's about to brought it back, and still
was about to pop off. Well, that was what won EGA the eco last time, is letting B-Dog go berserk on the knives, granting them enough space to take sight, and they almost made that work. But this time, Hayode's response time could be just as quick, especially with the blades. You have so much more fluidity in the reapproach. He felt endlessly confident with this streak in tow as well. So a good adjustment to make sure EGA cannot get away with the same mistakes twice. But with this null command and Hunter's Fury ready to reopen this last round of the half, 7-5 very easily on the horizon.
It's usually what we see on a set as well when it comes to the defensive side, having a little bit more of an advantage on the map. At the same time, the way EG started things off, this should be a 7 on their side, or at least them a lot more in the lead. They have fumbled up, just like the start of Haven, I feel like. And overall, their identity on this attack just hasn't been consistent over time by any means of pressure, by the way they've been trading. It's not the same EG we were watching on Breeze.
We expected them to get the same amount of value out of the same thing so many times, but it's been a different EGA every round. The mood ring is going insane. Hunter's Fury to open into the null command. This is the crash out on the site we were expecting, and the B-Dog pop off that was guaranteed off of it. That's the round they need to make it 7-5, that's for sure. Let's see what Hayode can do. Have some fun with it, buddy. Come on.
Might just be them trying to look a little bit more like NRG Academy. I mean, the way NRG have this set up, they're really able to activate one player every single time they're in these maps, and they always have a support player completely popping off. Nice 4K for B-Dog right there, but in this one, double initiator, a lot of the pressure is on B-Dog to perform, especially on attack. That's why we were very confused when they were leaving him as the lurk, him as the embed. So on this one, finally, I was talking about the pattern, the identity. They found it as they switched sides. So now they got to find it all over again. And B-Dog's gonna have to get active with the op. He's gonna be just like Day. And I think for the rest of things, you gotta look at Darkest. You gotta look at Recoil, Jakey to start leveling up on this side. I mean, I talked about him just doing it in the last round. 17 and 8 from B-Dog right now. He's been doing it the entire half. The rest of the team now needs to carry the torch.
B-Dog's focus is going to be that mid pressure that NRGA are going to respect more often than not. So the main lines are what matters here. Eyes are on moves to see how far he can creep and how much he can kill on this more laid back roll now that the sides are swapped.
All right.
Anything? No?
Lay Sova value. I'm just looking at the health bars.
Give it a go.
One way. Pressure. Giza. No way. Recoil has some scans. She's been flashed more times than he's been able to see right now. And yeah, could have closed your eyes, had a better chance of winning that round. Kind of tough for him. Very good protocols by NRG to take the space.
Spike planted.
Really committal two-stack there. EGA are late to the party this time. Commanding takeover.
One enemy
Okay,
remaining.
Giza. Yeah, locking it down. Easy pickings.
So good. Yeah. One of the best ways to deal with one way. So I feel like Americas is the best form of it. It's that jump on the entry and then everybody else comes in afterward. Everyone's so quick to go for that option. Sometimes you're not even vocalizing it anymore. I feel like in the 2026 season, even across tier 2, we're seeing it so much. So you can't rely on it all the time. Biggest difference as well is that when we watched NRG defend, I know it's just a pistol. I really want to get into it though. There's always two people on an angle all the time from NRG. In this one, you had one person stairs, one person backside. It wasn't as linked together for EG. We talked about everybody but B-Dog having to level up. They didn't in that round. They're not on the same page. Maybe the eco is different.
And you need that immediate checkpoint.
Ooh, we didn't talk about this either though. The compositional difference. I know a knife's about to go through here. We gotta wait to see how this goes. Shondex figuring it out. Heyo going down, but this is it, right? Double duelist. If Day dies, you still have Shondex that can get you a lot of value in these entries. You still have now the attack side for NRG Academy not running out of steam whatsoever. Yes, the map might be defense sided, but now that they have double duelist locked down on the attack, the orb's easy to get for the attackers. And Phoenix, so much value with Blaze, as we've already seen on defense. Like, this is actually scary territory for EG. It's not, the tide is not flowing their way by default.
Yeah. Paired for Darkest once the guns are more even to start playing really reactively with his knives. He has to be really aware of how much of the stack is actually committing to the push so he can prevent that immediate swinging on the flashes. He'll give himself a way to try to fight his way through this. Recoil is here, just get some chip. That'll be the story for the rest of this. Yeah, moves will get one. But yeah, decisively an NRG Academy round for sure here.
Spike planted.
I think one of the options they have on defense is to have these like crazy long range left click flashes from Darkest, enabling B-Dog. But again, every time I feel like I'm saying, yeah, B-Dog can do this, B-Dog can do that. I thought B-Dog might be tired. You see today, give him a break. What can we do with everyone else, right? He can't be the absolute solution every single time. You got on one side, it's a 2v1 in the ring. Two duelists versus one is going to be tough for him to do everything. But at the same time, comparatively to NRG, what EG have to do is something early with these initiators. They can't just wait in the back and go for retake. I think one of the best forms of why retake worked for NRG Academy on the last half, Shondex always had a flash saved up. You were mentioning it actually, Tenrek, for the A hits as well, because there's so much utility to be able to use, because they're letting EG act first. Had a pretty good protocol for them overall. In this one, listen, they can set the pace.
And I feel like NRG Academy starting to play like we've seen EGA do a lot of this match, just finding the same points to get that increased value out of. Shondex is really free to control mid so consistently in the early portion of this round to bait out the knife if nothing else.
Eco's so weird between these two teams as well. Like, you have Guardians on the side of EG, which should be their super buy round right now. Have a Bulldog on Darkest too, so some things have been greedy in the past rounds. It's causing this one where they have to win and not lose so many bodies to be really tough. It's almost a full goodbye from the side of NRGA Academy. Oh, here's the scope, by the way.
Ere on the dry swing loses that to Darkest. Here comes the mid push. B-Dog smoked
Cage
away.
triggered.
Everything on moves and recoil.
Not playing together just yet. Chance for B-Dog to maybe even get out of this scot-free. Can't find a second. Will buy a lot of time. Nobody is with him, though. Rest of the two players on backside have to go overdrive. And this one, it Renz! Magnetic! Finds metal in two different heads. He's rich, and so is the team. As they might get double digits off that play still. Two left on either side. Ange with crazy space and market. Could solve everything. Renz is trying to look for just a little bit more. B-Man will be his problem. Solve for the moment. Ange, 7-10 split, has to streak for both the left and the right side. That smoke will tell that he might be on site right now. And that goes out one player. The second on the left, he already knows it. Has to challenge. Paranoia to TP close. Denied in the Omen head-to-head. Jakey is just too smart in the business.
Way to stay in front of it, and that defense looked disconnected as can be. Ren's able to sweep through so much of it, but the damage was done and could be recovered by EG Academy. B-Dog managing to get away with that was major. And then Jakey, the one position not fully able to get prepped for with what little time NRG had for the post plant. So the bonus tripped up just enough, but where you go from here, you are still fighting from downhill so hard. And it's clear NRGA can do a lot of the util baiting in the early portions of the round, get rid of a lot of easy conditions before you touch these crucial chokes.
Shares Classics hero rifle from Jakey. What does that hedgehog say in pop culture media? Sonic, gotta go fast. I need this team.
I do believe that is what he says.
He says that, right? Yeah. This team's got to pick that up. I need to see something a little bit more courageous immediately for the side of this defensive roster, but there's no way. Oh my God, he's crossed. And he has the rifle, but Ange only takes one bullet and he's gone. Exploration on the other side, they understand what the Phantom is. They're going to be just speeding up on this side. They're the ones with the speed. They're the ones rolling in, getting all the coins, the rings. Unfortunately, Moves is actually spinning circles around the competition, getting double the value up all the way till stairs. Giza is going to take a walk in the shadows. Find B-Dog. Still one more remnant left over in backside neural theft inside the mind. They understand exactly where recoil is. Going to be in the dirt, in the fray. Going to look for another shot, flash, and delay is still there for recoil. It might just be enough to put Jakey in an angle, but another split with him. More pressure coming in from Market. What is he going to buy? A teleport, a Paranoia. It's deals galore, a bargain for him. Repositioning over
left.
and figuring out another off angle onto his opponent. Shondex is not going to see this one coming from the shadows. Is Jakey solved for the moment? Still wins. It's able to put his teammate on the line as well. Around, treasure found, thrifty for EG.
How is Darkest taking a movie's length of time to make it back to site? Somehow the smartest thing that he could have done for that round to work. Oh, Moves. Save us every time. And recoil, this slowdown is amazing in the boathouse, able to get that quick reset with just one bullet left in the tank, maintaining that threat for a couple crucial seconds, make this look a little less disconnected. I'm not completely convinced yet, Shio, but we're certainly getting there on this defense.
It takes a round to just get the machine rolling a little bit sometimes. You need that miraculous thing to happen for you. It's one of the ways NRG was getting back in some of these older games, and now, or maps, did I say? Oh, he's gonna answer right back. Moves, you can do it, so can I.
No more.
Is the
Put
trade
down
back?
the I mean, that's
just
huge. The question's gone though, right? So now it's all about, are they coming a Paranoia to buy the team a bit of time so the rest can rotate into heaven?
Such a quick pivot. And they're making so much noise.
Oh my God, 6 on
Blasphemous.
smoke. This wall for Jakey, so he has to take these fights raw. Flash coming in from the top row. Paranoia to trade. B-Dog whiffing. Darkest has activated this round, and the updraft close range will be a bit whiffy. The rest of the team is there, though. It's position that wins EG this round.
Yeah, quick compression onto a pretty loud stack there. NRGA did gotta go fast in order to make that round work, and they just couldn't after the first one got taken down so quickly. Giza, a distraction, but not for nearly enough people. Everybody very convinced on how well they could do in this particular fight. The gap lessened now, but still the bleeding has not yet stopped. You need something more decisive to make this an EG game.
Timeout NRGA Academy, and at the same time, I feel like we all need a breather. I'm realizing what some of these players have to do to win these rounds. Against an Eco, we see, who was it in that round? Drico, right? He pushed a smoke B main just to find that value kill on Giza on a timing that shouldn't even exist. I mean, could have easily been punished. It's one of the major reasons they win the round as well. I mean, these things are coming down to a hair's difference in length. Like, it is just individual miracle-making moments and talent, I feel like, between these two teams. Now, the thing is, though, this is the sixth teammate of NRGA Academy. These timeouts, man, every time they go in for this pit stop, they come in with better tires, a faster car, a second driver inside the seat. I swear to God, I don't know why this team looks so scary. After a timeout, they have a Hunter's Fury and the run it back as well on attack. Tenrek, is there a chance for EG to skip the round? Maybe. I mean, this is kind of, it's looking scary.
Yeah, this might be a cutscene of one for sure. NRGA have such a plethora of options to choose from, and they still hold on to this go button. EGA, again, has had to play entirely reactively, and it might have to be for the post plant with the null command in tow. They feel too pressured to activate too early.
Yeah, they kind of decide the track right now. NRGA Academy might have the faster car, but with their own Hunter's Fury, with their own null command, they can just shut down every single lane. No chance for NRG to drive here. They got to be very careful as to where they go down, and maybe even need to get the information game online to find out where KO is for the moment. Where is Darkest playing? Look at him. He's so smart, though. Way back in his spawn line, trying not to die. He needs to stay alive for that null command. He can be the hack, the solution to the round. Here comes Run It Back. Paranoia to cancel that. Dodging the flash and moving back as well. Ooh, the TP to stay super safe. And Shondex, he finds grass, but not as much value.
So much used to avoid just that, and it nets them all of that baited space. But in the meanwhile, Hayode's gotten inserted all the way up to the market and can start making some noise there.
The null command for now. Yeah, he sends it. He sends it completely. They don't want the layers as a part of this process. No smokes, no offensive paranoias, nothing. And move solved as the split finally comes in.
Doesn't need anything.
Fury, it's available, but it's backside. They don't have the space to use it for EG. It's all on these two players. Jakey, who comes in tandem. Here we go. Rents gonna get Jakey down. Recoil solved. There is no game. There is no fight. It's good night for EG.
Yeah, stuck in panic mode in a round like that. You knew how much potential was there, and they still fell to it. That creep up mid, only slowed down by the null command. Really such a panic play after you gave away all that space from Tree. Too dangerous in their eyes. They had to find some form of slowdown, and that was the only one they could grasp at. Even then, they don't care. They hold down the market swing. Let Hayo take the swing into CT. They have a decent idea of who's going to hold back there. Does anybody ever hold from heaven backside of A? Gets the free one into the pinch. Gorgeous stuff.
I had a question though, the panic though, right? Like, and also the setup overall. If you want to place, I wish I had a pen to use right now, but you want to put one person all the way in wine. You want to put both your teammates and basically your entire defensive line in your spawn. Why is your Hunter's Fury, why is Recoil playing backside B? Everything's screaming retake. Your best tool to get your team active is going to be under the most pressure. I love the fact that Jakey TP's in, but that's also a desperation play. It's not prepared. Yeah. It's not set up. It's just too raw. And as a result, EG eat nothing in that round.
You really would have thought they would try to go band for band in longevity. It's like the one round they could have gotten away with doing that. And now it has to be a Hunter's Fury tag. Like, it can't just be to clear the board.
They still have bans, Henrik. They still have bans. The op is still there for B-Dog. They're still in this in the way they want to be in terms of the voices they want in these defensive rounds. Look at this angle. If it's a jump peak, it's one of the hardest ones to react to in the game in terms of space and timing, and B-Dog's been manipulated to look over at tiles gap as I think the rest of the team's about to walk down mid. If he rechecks this one though, there could be trouble. And there it is, it strikes the second peak. Oh, no dash, so he has to go back. No
now
way.
The chase down. Yeah, you have an updraft still. You haven't clocked that at all. Renz just has to desperation choke into a free tag on Tree. So Darkest will be cut down to 70.
Huge ult kind of used though, and it's not going to be there for the exec. Hayo also, I think, lagged an approach. No healers on this team either.
Drone out, but Darkest swinging under the smoke, not fully prepped for it. He'll catch Renz. Hayo for the attempted trade. Jakey giving away the position behind the cubes, but both so low, and now Recoil has the extra pressure, so it's a full site reset, but now it's a full site takeover from NRG. And once again, they have the personnel. Do they have a convincing argument for the round itself? The Hunter's Fury thrown out now from recoil in response as B-Dog gets the up shot onto Hayode right as the door shuts. That pressure mounting before they even have to re-engage. And now is the time where they need to, as the clock is dwindling and the Neural Theft has fully run its course, as Ange decided to stick right on top of this smoke. It's got to be the recon bolt to confirm it into the double moves. Just a trade on Shondex in the 1v2. Certainly has some time to play with. EG does not. They have to send these bodies, and B-Dog is one that has low health, but on top of the Jenny, not checking! Moves in the 1v1! The tap into the first shot! Re-tap, re-swing, re-peek! Down to nothing! The re-click finishes it! Shondex gets the clutch to get NRG Academy to 11!
As soon as double digits strike, this guy lights the hell up. Shondex, the savior for NRG Academy in these deep, late rounds. And what a mess that he solves for the team. I mean, they're locked down, doors gone, numbers dwindling, Hunter's Fury active on them. The check is just not there from B-Dog. The assumption was maybe it's main, maybe his rifle was covering over where Shondex could have been. It's such a tough angle to drift into. But he plays that perfectly, Shondex. The bait, switch, the play. Can we roll that into another win now to get the match point?
All the momentum lost for EG Academy. Every ounce that was remaining swiped right back. And so we slow it down. NRG seeing if that psyche is fully blown out of the water, translated onto the battlefield. Instead, just get a recon bolt for their troubles.
Smokes and Toe, we talked about the voices that EG has in every single round. Last time, Ops rifles. This time, one lone howl. It's B-Dog with the knives. He's not going to be where the action is immediately. And Hayode on a solo split of his own, trying to punish anybody coming in from the opposing top mid. Meanwhile, Spike not here, so all of this is a little bit of fake pressure just to rustle up the jimmies of EG, just to put the pressure down, hook him up a little bit. See what they can bait and switch. Saw check twice. Ooh, the knife cutter is not sharp enough.
Now the swarm. It just feels like you can spray through so much of it. Always a gun active, but recoil finds the window twice over and backing out now into the peak from Darkest on top of the flash drive. Will reset into another. Hayode turning back onto the one remaining, but Darkest turns into the 1v1. Still just the Sheriff and Renz holds on to it. God damn, they keep us on our toes, don't they? But it's match point for NRG Academy. They got it 4 times to try to end this out.
Every kill, some credits though. Every kill, the bank being broken a little bit. The options may be adjusted for the side of NRG Academy, but they've done so good so far, so they get the pick of the litter when it comes to weapons. On the side of EG, their main opper active again. 20 and 15, hasn't had the hottest half on defense compared to the attack so far, but he's still leading the charge. That op was a difference maker in mid before, did equalize, I guess, imbalance the round towards the side of EG. This time, Dark coming in late. So much respect given to this position. 2 seconds on the dash, gonna be able to take the peak, but then denied by Renz. He just knows. He knows, man. Pivot usually is immediately a burst onto site right now, so rechecking pressure, looking over in mid. I don't think that flash found too much value. Maybe just an auditory thing, maybe hearing people run back. You could be able to pinpoint where everyone is. Jakey gonna have a mouthful to deal with here at a main. Has lots of utensils to be able to eat, though. Unfortunately, Darkest broken in half. Dark gonna be able to scan, and Jakey with the rifle now has to hold down 4 dashes, scans, actives. It's just a bit too much. One way to be able to check, double swings. The rest of the team, though, from heaven, there is a light, there is a spray, it's moves, it's the team, it's recoil, finally leveling up and keeping the match alive.
So many variables for the opening there. EG Academy ducking into nearly all of them. They lose the first blood before we hit a minute 10, and so NRG Academy can take their sweet time on the soft swing to put Giza on that mid control and have the 4-stack peek into A. But then you just put a couple guys heaven, and I guess just look down at the entire site. Who cares? They've got it. They're fine. They're gonna shoot their way through it and make it work. And well, there's the reset you're looking for. 3 rounds to still make up here. So again, not fully convincing, but an argument to be made.
Back NRG into a corner though, and you get to see their true firepower strike. Teode might not have knives for the moment, but he does have a sheriff and nothing to lose in this round. Looking at where the spike is, you can kind of see the temperance of the team though. If it's anywhere near top mid, this angle where Renz is playing for the moment, this round's going to be slow, looking to punish anything that EG wants to do. They're taking wine multiple rounds at a time, but I don't think they're there this time. They swapped up their entire hold to have Cypher here. It's Moves, who was retaken in heaven last time. He's the one holding everything down. B-Dog opted to go for the judge. This is a setup we have not seen before from EG, but he gets off the angle. This is the only gap. B-Dog, you gotta stay.
I mean, Shotnex has been here so many times and you don't have the knife to play off of the blind. What's his turn game? Let's see some flicks, buddy.
Suns has to be good here. Cloud burst to maybe break off the crosshair just a little bit. Boom, bing, bop, bam. It's the type of stuff you just don't understand from B-Dog. He's coming in with it, and he can get ranged with it too. From coast to coast, denying the ace. It's all good though. You want wins on the board. The judge play, the comp switch up there a little bit on where the agents are playing. It's a pocket scrapbook situation, and it's really good for EG to maybe jumble up the minds of NRG.
There's 3-man dry swinging that with the worst guns. Well,
Enemy remaining.
Do you see it coming?
you have. I guess
I
not.
would be there too. I'd be running in as the 4th man and dying to the judge. They've never done it before. It's just genius from EG. And again, the most threatening thing, the 6th man waking up. You hear like a hum in the distance from NRG Academy every time they end up timing out. The aura that comes in with this one, MCE is ready to go, giving these guys another god round. Every time again they've timed out, they look like a different beast in the ring.
A mental reset they'd need. Yeah, turn about to that. How many timeouts has Data called this match? Did he call any?
I mean, I've seen one, like
maybe one. Yeah, I don't
on
think he called
Haven,
any
maybe?
on Breeze.
Yeah. I mean,
So,
trust the team. Darkness
Yeah,
is doing the most.
I mean that again, it's so clear that they do. That's just how this team operates. It's just having that trust in your team to do what they need to do. Hey, look, B-Dog has 10 kills more than any of his colleagues. That is exactly what EGA does when they clock in and come in and perform. B-Dog is going to top frag. He is the spear tip. He is the one who needs to perform. Darkest is farming assists as well. These flash timings have not been as good as they could be from him because he's usually very, very good with the flash drives. But NRG are doing a lot of good strafing to avoid the synergy that would normally come of it. And again, the disconnect from EGA, not as characteristic as the couple maps. This endurance test is coming to a close one way or another.
Ooh, the spam perfect for Door. Speed from NRG Academy, already inside the spawn smoke, looking for some action. Moves in a pocket, that's not detected. Spraying the Guardian, and it protects the entire team. Classic is also there for some damage. That might just be the round, a different pace, but a man not found. It's Moves who saves the round.
Turn around? What are we?
They never checked.
What are we like? Again, like an entire round hinging on not
angle.
properly protocoling for one angle. That like, how do you parse
about
that?
it,
How
though.
do you time out to escape that? Like
It's hard calls, Tenric, right? So far, if you see where Moves is, backside B, backside A, or somewhere on A, he's never played that spawn angle. They've never gone for a spray mode as well. That's MCE calling out that EG are going to play the exact same way. And that's EG switching things up on the fly. It's a mental game between these teams. Oh no, denied. No cloudburst, no nothing, no flashes, raw fights. If NRG Academy this might be a bit too much to actually handle. Jakey with a teleport from the shadows into the minds of NRG Academy, breaking them mentally, folding them physically. This team from EG has adapted and they're taking it to overtime.
You can't let EG Academy get creative. That's downright paradoxical. The world is falling apart at this point. How were they able to manifest that out of 2 rounds of egregious idea shifting, the likes of which we haven't seen? This is a truly next level EG Academy, one that's just as worthy of making it out of this losers round 1 as NRG is. But it's got to continue now back on the attacking side. Man, those ultimates that they were able to get out of those last couple rounds, they turn into that extra bit of creativity to get the early pinch, and Darkest's freaking 0 point was perfect that round. Oh, it's everything coming together at the perfect time to get us to 12-12, man.
Can they remember, though, how they were playing on this attack side? Activating B-Dog again. Some of it was a lot of missing after the first few rounds and just winning the pistol. They've got to look just as creative. I think that's the biggest difference. Their actual set strats of protocols were not enough. It's the star power in the mix, the individual decisions that really push them and set them apart on attack. They just didn't have it as often. Scaling up the cat here, Sean next with a crazy off angle, and not much utility to get him off of it. Yes, a flash might come in, but you can easily dodge it from here. He chooses to back off.
Still just trying to play for the intercept. Aode, the gap, just gonna sell the drone. Quick little trade, sells the insert. Oh, he's going on the logs. That's tucking into tree. Yeah. Perfect angle to hold himself. And gets both off of Darkest Sentry. And now that lets the lurk from Moobs be kind of a non-starter.
It's also bare bones for EG. They've lost all their utility. Somehow allowed to cross. Okay, Sean Dex activating overtime, run it back. That just might be the bow on the round. B-Dog will get him down. And the rest of the team is there with a note in the spray. I mean, they understand the moves lurk, and he's still active with it, but there's just no way.
Double up there. And it's Sean Dex finding his own multi-kill to put a quick silencer on this round and have NRGA back at match point again. The setup so crucial, the knockdown so much more powerful. Exponential growth for any of these hero moments that have been the marquee of this series. You could tell everyone's so tired, but so hungry for it, salivating for that opening.
Go for it again, recoil. Got some value from these shots a little bit, at least some repositioning. That one might hurt a lot.
Good geometry.
Three suppressed.
Ooh,
the knife too, good follow-up.
Key agents discovered on this side of the map. You have to assume the spike has to be leaning a little bit towards that B side, but how does it change things across the rest of the story defensively? Not many people moving around. That cam in middle as well is so good, covered by just the shirt, not fully taken down. You understand where Sova is now as well. Renz is spotted. The entire defensive setup is red now, and they're looking at an A-hold here. Factored up, EG, understanding where the pressure's coming from.
Yeah. Oops, gonna get rid of that drone before it can peek further into tree.
Oh,
now
no.
It's got to section out, clear room by room. But the mid presence is going to turn into the B pinch. Yeah, so much distraction going on. This full pivot from B-Dog is so overcommittal. Is Darkest ready for this?
He's not at all.
I fear he's not. Yeah.
Heyo.
That could do it, man. That just might do it. Recoil so much on him to get this, cradle this, impact this on the market door. Sean Dex saves it, has to grab this spike, just barely out of the sight lines of the two remaining defenders, of which they will even things out for the retake attempt.
One in main, one on site. They understand where Sean Dex is and where the body will return to. Trying to push for it. There's the first discovery. There's a pseudo 3v2 though. Main has to get activated. It's all on Giza. The difference maker here. One trip to work with. The teammate in tow as well. The timing. Perfect! To push them past the line. A close fought fight between two titans inside the lower bracket. It is EG being sent home and NRG living with a breath.
Rock-sized blows traded by it's all said and done, but NRG Academy coming out on top once again. Dryad's recency bias gets even more reasoning behind it. She's gonna do it even more often now. But in the meantime, NRG Academy will get more chances to prove that ever-increasing development with these young collegiate guns here in the NAVCL bracket.